how we doing? Everybody good? Get the banging beats. It's almost Christmas Eve. I only put it on for Jamie. I can't stand it. How's everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Yeah, let's get this show started. See who is in here for the Christmas special. I got the, let's be honest, photographic event of the year. I think we all know. Yeah, how is everybody doing? Let me just sort this page out here. Get this sorted. Yeah, looking good. Who we got in here tonight then? I got a full house. Sam, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Yeah. What else we got in here? Jamie's on time. Love to see it. Ready to go. Just not being delayed by Death Stranding 2. Just got to one part of the road to rebuild. How many hours you put into it, Jamie? Come on, be honest. You're among friends here. Yeah, you're among friends here. Jungle, how you doing? Is it? What's your name on Facebook? Is it? It's not Chris, is it? Is it Chris on Facebook? Jungle 8747. Yeah. Sin, how you doing, mate? Good to see you. Good to see you. You got a little bottle of wine tonight, Sin. Keeping it cozy. Is that Annette? How you doing? How you doing? Emma, good to see you. Good to see you, Anna. Emma, even. Napping Dragon. Oh, it has been a while. Napping. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Good to see you. Paul. Even Paul managed to put the retoucher down for a second, or he's probably retouching on another monitor. How's the work going, Paul? Keeping on top of it? I just saw that. It is Chris. Yeah, nice one. Cool. Thank you. I remembered one name. Okay. just another 50 odd to go. It'll be fine. Emma's ready and waiting. Chinese and a can of hooch. Nice, mate. Nice. Merry Christmas. Good to see you bringing it in with style. Love to see it. Wait, what you got in the Chinese? Are you like proper Chinese? Are you like chicken's feet, or are you just keeping it sensible with the chow mein? Edgar, how you doing, mate? Thank you. I only say that just because my wife's from Hong Kong, and she always rolls her eyes at my my white Chinese food choices. Tina, how you doing, mate? How you doing? David, good to see you. Hicks, would you rather use road clothes with umbrellas and give up cobs, or give up rotos and have only cobs but only use them with strip boxes? What the fuck? It seems pretty specific, Sam. It seems pretty specific. Would you rather use road lights with umbrellas and give up cobs, or give up rotos and have only cobs but only use them with strip boxes? Jesus, man. That is I feel like that is tailored specifically towards me. I'm not sure how many other people would struggle with that one. Yeah, it's gonna have to be. I can't use the strip boxes. I couldn't do it. I think I could get around the rotor lights with the umbrellas, because you can kind of close them a little bit. I have done that in a pinch, like gaffer taped the sleeve so it's closed, so you can direct them more than you think. So I think I would have to go with the rotor lights with the umbrellas. Those of you wondering what the hell Sam is asking about, this is the Christmas stream where we do the Would You Rather quiz, photo edition, every year. I think we've been doing it for several years now, and yeah, so we'll get stuck into that in a minute. Can we postpone 30 minutes for the wine breathe? Nice one, mate. That answers my question about the wine. Nice. Then he sent you a Santa hat. Wasn't time. Yeah, you know what? I just couldn't find it, Jamie. I couldn't find it. Yeah. Merry Christmas, Napping. Merry Christmas. Yeah. It's better than Kando. Kando? What's Kando? Am I just getting too old? Yeah. All the preset hunters turned up. Everybody's equal here, Sin. Like, it's just everybody's fine. Everybody's fine. It's just no pay to win here, unless, yeah. You'll come to find out that when we do the Would You Rather, all the people that pay me for private sessions and mentoring get all the questions right. It's really weird, strange. Yeah. Paddy Jake, doing good. Finally finished up on all the grading and now on a break. Nice, man. Nice. Good stuff, buddy. Good stuff. Yeah, it's slowly winding down. Although I got a couple more online sessions before the end of the year, but yeah, all good. Yeah, 60 hours past. Oh shit, Jamie, you're really putting in the hours. Yeah, nice. Brittany, how you doing? First live. Welcome. There's Chris. Another Chris Thomas. How you doing, mate? Sin, anything that gets me through this geekery. Don't lie, Sin. You love it. You're the worst. You're the worst for it. Cozy, 75 degrees in Arizona. Wow, really getting into the Christmas mood, man. Yeah. There was also Lizzie. Oh, yeah, Lizzie, I know who you are. Yeah, because here. Paul currently walking home before heading back to editing. Jesus, mate. Jesus. Hey, look, if you're making that hay, you more power to you, buddy. Yeah. Keep at it. We'll keep you company through the wee hours. Yeah. Happy Christmas to you as well. Jeanette, how you doing? 75 degrees sounds amazing. I'm in AB in Canada. I'm not sure what that is. Just got so much snow. Yeah, Jesus, yeah, I bet. What's the temperature with you then, Brittany? Yeah. No chicken feet this time. Beef and black bean sauce. Okay, yeah. It's nice, yeah. Salt, pepper chips, nice. Yeah. May have to pop off for a bit at some point, expecting a phone call. We will allow it. In fact, if you just let them know that you're currently live on stream, then I'm sure they'll be fine. Yeah. First time the Christmas edition. Yeah, it is going to be good. Yeah, so Candu is Sony's annual photo influencer event. Ah, okay, Sam, thank you. Actually, you know what? I just can't believe I hadn't heard of that. That's crazy. Maybe they don't have my email address or something. That's weird. Yeah. Merry Christmas to you as well, Edgar. So if you're just tuning in, wonder what's going on, the Christmas edition we will go through a Would You Rather photo quiz in a second. We'll go through that. Well, we'll cover some of the latest releases and news and stuff, and then we'll get stuck into the quiz, and we'll do that. And then, providing that you guys answer correctly, then there'll be some free Lightroom presets at the end of it, right? And you guys can go and grab those. But I will say, last year we struggled. Last year we did struggle. We had some people who got a lot of wrong answers. I'm not mentioning any names, but obviously we had a little chat with Jamie afterwards, and it was fine. He has made his excuses this year. He's already put in Facebook that he's not taking it seriously, and he's just gonna make sure he's putting in silly answers. So he's already made his excuses for getting them wrong this year. But yeah, to everybody else, good luck. We will get stuck into this in a second. But yeah, and then after that we will go through the share a shoot, go through your images. So let's have a look back over here. See, the Facebook page is here. Oh shit, I need to put this. Here we go. I just need to make sure we've gone live on Facebook. You guys were distracting me in the comments. Yeah, I'll do that. So yeah, this is every Monday we kind of do the share a shoot post. I'll pop a link in chat here. And yeah. In there. So if you wanted to head over there and pop your image in the share a shoot, this is on the Facebook page. You just pop your image in the comments, and then we'll go through it. Let's have a look. We got a bunch of good ones by the looks of it. This is the first time I've actually had a chance to see them today. Do any of the answers contain a B in it? Not this year. I don't think there is actually this year. Yeah. Most people got that wrong last year. So, this is looking good, Chris. Yeah, it's looking good, Chris Thomas. Yeah. Oh, nice. We got loads of good ones. Jesus, guys. Everybody's bringing out all the greats. We do have... Is this Christmas? Is this a Christmas photo? Probably. I was going to say we got one Christmas photo. We got... Yeah, okay. The rest are all Good stuff, though. Good stuff. Okay, yeah. So we'll go through those at the end. Looking good. Pop your image in there if you want us to cover it at the end, and we will get cracking. Let's have a look. Where is this one here? I really should find a better system for this, but I mean, it's been years. Do I rush into anything? Let's have a look. Just check the comments here. We hit, feels like minus 35. Jesus, that is Fahrenheit though, right? Although I think when it gets to that level, I think they join, right? Centigrade and Fahrenheit join once they get down low like that. Sony, no, you only use vintage camera shake. That is fair. That is fair. Yeah, I wonder if there is a definition of what vintage is, because we're probably getting there. Yeah, it's probably, does it go vintage, then antique, and then relic, right? So we might be in vintage. Yeah. Might as well have a laugh with it and watch Sparing Humanity, watch every face. It's true, mate. Yeah, that is true. I thought I knew some of you in here, but this really weeds out the Reddit users from the photographers. That's all I'm saying. We need new rewards for being good kids next year. Perhaps access to the new tutorial. Wow, Sam, I see how it is. Yeah. Maybe if you get all your questions right this year, Sam, maybe I'll consider it. Yeah, how about that? It's Thanksgiving wedding photo. Gotcha. Okay, Liz, no worries. All good. All right. So it's been pretty quiet, right? It's been pretty quiet since the last stream. We haven't had much. Obviously, we need to talk about Pantone Color of the Year. We'd be crazy not to discuss white as our Pantone Color of the Year. A lot of people were kind of upset about this, and it's kind of weird. Those of you that don't know, Pantone is obviously a very old company, very historic company. I don't know how long they've been doing this Color of the Year thing, but a long time ago. I wrote a pretty extensive article on this many years ago, and it was actually fascinating because I didn't realize how much of a scam it was. So what does it actually have? Past Color of the Year? Yeah, there we go. Oh, no, it doesn't. Color of the Year, past Colors of the Year. How far back does the website go? 2017. Okay, so it goes back. Okay, so it goes back a little way. But so just real briefly, I won't bore you to death with it too much, but what happens with Pantone is, as a massive company, they'll reach out to like fashion brands and labels and stores and that sort of stuff and go, look, next year we're going to release a new color, right? Now, do you want to pay us a shit ton of money and we'll let you know what that color is, right? And then when we release it, everybody can be in the mindset of gearing up for this cool color, right? For this amazing new color. Now, the way that this works is, let's just say they reach out to like 50 brands, right? And like 45 of those brands agree to pay this huge sum of money to find out what the color of the year is for 2027, right? Let's just say that it's turgid brown, right? Let's say, so they give them 25 grand or whatever it is. They get told it's going to be turgid brown. 45 of the brands all know that that's going to be the color of the year next year, so they can start making clothes in turgid brown ready for the sales, right? Now, the 5 stores that don't pay for that, they don't know what the next color is going to be. So if they bring out tawny turquoise, right, then like they're going to be screwed, right? Because they've got all the other brands are releasing on-trend color of the year clothing and that sort of stuff. So it's this kind of Emperor's New Clothes kind of just marketing nonsense that you basically have to buy into so that you get told the color. I mean, from a marketing and advertising point of view, it's pretty bloody clever, but like how they manage to pull it off every year is wild. I'm amazed that they still get companies that sign up to it. It could honestly be, I don't know how much they spend. It could even be way more than 25 grand. I've got no idea. Yeah, no idea what it is. But like, we saw all the drama online. If you guys weren't aware, all the drama online from the color of the year. People were losing their minds, but it's free advertising, right? So Pantone love that. I love it. So it's all good. So yeah, white next year, guys. White. Make sure you manage to squeeze that into your life somewhere. Yeah. That's what makes it a scam, in my opinion, Chris. Yeah, just because companies pay to find out what that color is, if that makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I was kind of curious about it years ago, and when I started to research it, I was genuinely kind of surprised. I think it's less important now than it was years ago, especially before the internet was as diverse as it is now. But yeah, it's been going a very long time. Yeah, white technically not color, but absence of color. Yeah, I guess like Cloud Dancer is what makes it. Like, it's got to be off white, right? There you go. So this is white, and this is Cloud Dancer. This is just woof. You can really see the shift. There you go. There you go. There you go. What is this? This is 3 minutes of them talking about it? No way. Are they? Look at these. Look at this inspiration, guys. There you go. There you go. I just find it funny. White was bold. I presume they just did it for drama and clicks, but yeah. Few things bring me as much fear as just shooting on a plain white background. I would lose my mind. Well, in fact, I did it for years, Emma, when I was working in a busy studio, portrait studio. I did it for years, and that's where my colored gel kind of style came from. It was me, like you said, losing your mind. Seriously, I cannot shoot this white background shit anymore. I have to kind of add something to this. So that's kind of where me pushing against what the studio was after with the white background stuff. That's where it came from, the anti-white background, literally. So yeah, I completely agree with you. I would struggle to shoot this all day. I mean, people do, and that's fine, but yeah, it's not for me. Yeah. James says being a goth, Pantone color of the year is a bit awkward. Is this worse than previous years where there's a bold color, or is this like something that you could work with? Yeah. Phil came from a portrait studio job as well. Is it really? Okay, yeah. Where did you used to work, Emma? Yeah. Even folks, sorry for being the. It's all good. It's all good. Take a seat at the back. Just keep it quiet. I shoot it all the time with that. Paul says that I shoot it all the time. Yeah, I bet you do, Paul. Yeah, with that and the black and white thing, we can't say it. Yes, you managed to avoid it. Yeah. How you doing, Wayne? Thank you for the reminder. Yeah, but you are. But like Paul, I know that your professional studio and that sort of stuff, and you got people coming in, and they kind of want something neutral. But you do a lot of playful stuff of colors as well. So like you do kind of add a lot to it as well. Yeah, 27 on a leaf filter Hicks. I got $2 on it. Nice. Oh God, I hate to admit this, but I was one of those scammy makeover studios first back when I was 23. So those were a big thing, right, Emma? Yeah, they were. Yeah, they were a big thing. So what Emma's talking about there, and correct me if I'm wrong, Emma, but like they would kind of have their salespeople walking around on the streets, and I'm not saying this is where you worked, Emma, but I know that some of I forget the name of one of the some of the famous ones here in the UK, but yeah, they would have like salespeople walking around on the streets, and they'd walk up to young ladies, young girls, whatever, and go, "Oh my God, have you ever considered being a model? You look amazing. Oh, wow, it's just your look is just so great. Would you want to come in for a free photo shoot? Get some images for a portfolio and that sort of thing." So it all seems good so far, right? And then these young ladies would sign up to that, and then obviously they would get through the door and they'd get to choose their free image from the photo shoot. But then like the hard sell would kind of kick in, and some were better than others, yeah. But yeah, some were definitely better than others. But my wife went to one. Obviously, we weren't married at the time, but I went along. I was fascinated. I'd never been. I was fascinated, and I was like, can I come along and see what happens? And to be fair, they weren't too bad, and the images were actually pretty good considering like she had 45 minutes in there or something like that. Granted, she can model, but yeah, like it was pretty good. Yeah. I cannot shoot in white lot. Yeah, the white background stuff. Yeah. It's really just pretty. I mean, I don't know. Like, it's not really a thing like it used to be. I think e-com is what it's reserved for now. Yeah, they still are. Is that right, Emma? They're still doing that. Yeah. Glamour shots. I remember that. Glamour. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I got let go from Venture Portraits in Shipley about 25 years ago after being there a week. What's it going a week? In Shipley? No way, Jamie. No way. That's crazy, man. Yeah, it's honestly even worse once you look behind the scenes. Some of it's not even street teams. It's getting the client to recommend 10 people to think, oh, yeah, that's right. I do remember that. That's yeah, Jocelyn, my wife, was told that you can go and, like, if you get your mates in, that's right. I mean, 10 people would think you would come back for a shoot. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there was one near us in Bristol that had been around forever, went bust too. Yeah, a bunch went bust during COVID. Do you remember what it was called, Paul? It was several, like, the main brands. Yeah, cold call the recommended friends and tell them they've won a competition. That's it, Emma. Yeah, that's exactly it. Yeah. Ashley went and had glamour shots made for my senior portraits. Really, Lizzie? Okay. Was it good? Because some of them can be good, right? Yeah. Like, there's a mix. I think, like Emma said, there is a bunch of scammy ones there, but like a lot of them probably got wiped out during COVID. If there's a photo studio around today, if I'm being honest, they're probably reasonably good, because if they've managed to survive the recent years, then they're probably, in my opinion, probably okay. Yeah. High school graduation. Yeah, so in the US they have senior portraits, which senior portraits is very different here in the UK. But senior portraits in the US only exists in the US. It's like a multi-million, could well be billion-dollar industry that doesn't exist outside of the US. Those of you who don't know, is it like, how old is senior portraits, Lizzie? Is it 17, 18, 16? And yeah, like they go and have like a photo shoot all afternoon, like walk along the beach, shots in the woods, maybe in the studio against some graffiti, that sort of thing. And then, yeah, I presume, like, how much does a senior portrait shoot cost these days? I suppose, I mean, obviously mum's paying, so I don't know, could be anything from $500 to $1,000, I guess, but I could be wrong. Yeah. Turned out good but expensive. Yeah, they can be. There's or they just keep going bust and then rebranding. Yeah, true. Yeah. I know, Emma. Yeah, I know. There was one just around the corner from Lee's train station. Can't remember the name of the place. Got a job there. Turned it down day before starting. Got something better. Okay, nice, Jamie. Nice. Yeah. Hey, Darius, how you doing? So anyway, color of the year. You guys are ready for it. Just real quick on this. The 7 Artisans, we spoke about their lenses the previous stream. They reached out to me and was like, Jake, we'd love to give you some lenses. I don't have a camera that was made in this century, so sadly I'm going to have to turn those lenses down. But anyway, they are coming out with their lineup here. We got 50mm manual focus f1.2, $99. Actually pretty wild, right? Like, shots don't look, bokeh and stuff looking good. I didn't actually scroll down. I just saw it and grabbed it. It actually looked pretty good, but I mean, heavy color grading, which is fine. This is good. That's what they're for. Yeah. So, I just thought I'd mention it because they're bringing these out, and they are bringing them out with decent price, right? So can't complain. Yeah. Yeah, no one's that age here wants to pay for photo shoots like that. They do one photo shoot, think they're a pro and want to be paid. You're talking about the younger ladies, Paul, like the models. Yeah. Yeah, that is true. Yeah, I suppose that industry, like Emma was talking about there, kind of did dry up pretty much because, like, yeah, I mean, they can, if they're even semi-attractive, they can, go on Instagram and do all that already. So yeah, you're right. Joanna wants to, he wants to pay for photo shoots. Yeah, agreed. I would say that's fair, Paul. I think it's different in the US. I work with a lot of guys and girls mentoring and that sort of stuff, and they regularly work with young people. Again, I think it's the senior portraits that kind of hard carries that mentality, right? Where they're just kind of geared up for it. Parents are kind of aware of it. They put them forward to this photo shoot, and then they kind of maybe do something else after that. So I think it's kind of way more common over there than it is here in the UK. Yeah. Anywhere between 500 and 1,000. Yeah, exactly right. Yeah. I think that's fair. I don't know what the deal is. I presume you just get like 10 digital images or something now. Yeah. Oh, flawless. Oh, okay. Was that a chain or just one? Yeah. Hey, look, Emma. Honestly, any time you spend behind the lens is time well spent, in my opinion. Look, I spent time in those studios and the likes of those studios, and Wayne in chat here as well, who just popped in. You know, we worked together for many years in one of those studios, and yeah, like all the things you've said are absolutely true. But I will say that all time spent behind the lens is time well spent. It really is. And there's tons of stuff that I learn from myself. I didn't learn huge amount from the place, but if you're spending just 20, 30 hours in the studio every week, you are definitely going to get better with lighting and that sort of stuff. So so as much as I kind of take the mick about the scams, I think for us as photographers, I would still kind of recommend people to maybe do it for a year or so. Don't do it as long as Wayne and I did, but yeah, do it for a year or so and move on. I think there is value to be had from them. Yeah, as long as you know what you're getting into, right? Let's have a look. Still coming around social media. They'll do the sales pitch and book a studio, then start ramping up the charges. Yeah, it didn't take long. Yeah, the chain managed to lead the middle. Okay, so yes, there's a chain. Yeah. And then studio lighting and fast shooting from those places. So it has exactly right. There you go. So you had exactly the same experience as I did. Yeah, 100%. And I will say that when I started there, I was like, there's no way we can do 5 setups, 6 setups in 45 minutes. And well, that's the job. You got to do it. So yeah, like you do get very good pretty quickly. Yeah, it wasn't flawless, or was it called something else? Because I'm old. There was a bunch of them, Jamie. Yeah, a bunch of them. I was scrolling through Petapixel earlier on, just looking for some bits, and this work caught my eye. This is a photographer captures Berlin's partygoers just after leaving the club. This was kind of cool because I think a lot of people, especially starting out with shooting and trying to get inspiration, especially online, and sometimes it can be this scattergun approach of like, oh, I want to test this, I want to try this, and there's no new ideas left, or I like working with people but I don't know what to do, and like, so it's kind of cool when I come across projects like this, and the project might not be for you, but basically what this guy is doing here is he's so Chris here, still in the afterglow of the night out, these Berlin clubbers headed to Chris Nolikkam's studio, nailed it, to have their portrait taken. So it's shot on film as well. I mean, obviously the thing that caught my eye was the colours and just the light and stuff. But yeah, very, very... I think we sometimes as photographers can kind of... it's boring and we get boring people and that. So this was a great idea to get some real cool characters to come into the studio and work with, because they're going to be all decked out in their paraphernalia, costumes. I suppose the kids today don't call them costumes, but yeah, really cool characters, really interesting characters. And look, this is, I mean, like we were kind of joking about the white background, but the characters here are just hard carrying the image for sure. So I thought it was a clever idea, and maybe Jamie can attest to this, but I don't know how many partygoers and guys and girls leaving the clubs that you'd want to take back to the studio, but maybe it's a different scene in Berlin. Like here in the UK, especially up north, it's, some of the guys and girls leaving the clubs you wouldn't want anywhere near you, let alone your studio. But yeah, awesome project, very, very cool. So anyway, it kind of led me on to check out his work. Absolutely incredible work, beautiful work. A lot of it shot on film, gorgeous stuff. I mean, look at that. Just look at the colours in that. Like it's just immediately. I don't think Vlad's in here tonight, but Vlad and I were chatting about colours and film and that sort of stuff. So I'm sure he would appreciate these. But the colours in this, just like sensational, just absolutely phenomenal. Gorgeous work, all of it really. Yeah. So I'm just kind of wanted to share this because I thought it might be cool to have a look at for people, even if it's just getting inspiration for not only the shots but projects as well, right? It's kind of a cool website as well, where you just have some like an overview, like just a splash of images, and then you can kind of click in and go to like the projects and stuff, which is pretty cool. But yeah, I think like pretty much most of it shot on film. beautiful. Yeah. Got some scratches in the legs there as well. Nice. Love to see it. Yeah, you can definitely, like, the colours and stuff here. Beautiful. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Gorgeous shots. Yeah. Portrait 800. That's the stuff. Yeah. So very, very cool. Yeah. So yeah, if you're looking for some inspiration, check this guy out. He does some cool video stuff as well. Yeah. Countach, man, what a classic. What a classic. Loved that car as a kid, man. So good. But yeah, good stuff, man. Really good stuff. So check that out, actually. Check out his work, and obviously check out his book. Check out his book on the club scene there. Where was it? Shop. Yeah, there we go. He's got his book there of the club goers. Yeah, really, really cool shots. Fair play to Petapixel for kind of showcasing it, because it's not the sort of stuff that I've seen them do before. So yeah, it's good stuff. Really good stuff. Great portraits. I kind of dig the lighting as well, because it's kind of coming from behind and up high, and yeah, I don't know. Yeah, like if you're going to shoot white background stuff, you could do a lot worse than this. I've seen a lot worse than this. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. Yeah. Double take, Steve. Well done. That's the one I was thinking of. Double take is the one I was thinking of. Well done. That's the one. Yeah. Good memory. It is, Emma. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Yeah. Almost don't even notice the background because the model street. Exactly it, right? Yeah, exactly. I mean, and look, it's different, right? It's I'm sure we could both say that we couldn't get away with this lighting with some of the people that would come into our studio. But if you if you're going to photograph these characters, then you could that. I mean, how cool is that, right? I see Berlin nightclubs haven't changed since 1990 when I worked there for several years. Really, Sin? Is that right? Yeah. You were working like in there as what? Behind the bar? I think I'd like to go to Berlin based on there. Probably best for the festival. If you're after the outfits, I mean, they like Berlin and their club scene is world famous for sure. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. And it looks like a lot of these people are not going there to get absolutely shit-faced. They are actually just going there for a good time. They're not going there to forget their lives. They are going there for a good time, for sure. Yeah. I got even more snazzy after the wall fell. Yeah. Oh, wow, you're going back that far, Sin. Okay, yeah. Would you rather shoot your style of portraits but never get paid, or only shoot paid gigs but all of it's black and white? Colour tones and white. Oh, I would absolutely work in Burger King, mate, and shoot what I wanted to shoot. 100%, Sam. Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Hey, Janos, how you doing? You got to do us like this. I know. Yeah, don't. Sam's always trolling. You managed to get away without getting banned. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you were there in the army. Oh, okay, Sin. Okay, damn. Wow. Okay. Yeah, fair play. You wouldn't have been yeeted out here otherwise, though. You would have been yeeted out here. Okay. 27 Pantone will be rain cloud black. I can feel it. Yeah, what are they going to do next year? Yeah. I was there from 89. Oh, you were there for the fabled 89, Sin. Legend. Yeah, nice. God, that must have been a time, though, Sin. Come on. Look, I'm not going to sound like an old man, but Jesus Christ, that must have been wild. Damn. Nobody goes out anymore, right? I mean, kids today, they're just... And look, it's not really their fault. It's they're probably kind of anxious about being recorded. I mean, like, come on, Sin. I'm sure you could attest to the fact that, you wouldn't want half the stuff that we did when we were younger being recorded and then up on social media, right? It's got to be crazy for young people now for that sort of stuff, right? Everything being filmed and recorded and shared and all that sort of shit. I mean... I get it, yeah. Scary time for them, yeah. You worked at Checkpoint Chuck? Jesus, Sin. Damn, man. God, I bet you got some stories. Yeah, I bet you got some stories. Yeah. Look at that guy. Also, in the same vein, like projects and ideas and that sort of stuff. Let me just wanted to. Saw this the other day. It's kind of weird, but again, projects, right? And thinking about projects. Let's have a look. Where is this?
Just portraits without ever meeting them. In 1998, artist Shizuka Yokomizo created one of her most haunting and subversive photography projects called Dear Stranger. She began by mailing the same simple letter to random addresses nearby. Dear
So,
Stranger, I am an artist working on a project involving people I do not know. The instructions were almost ritualistic. Stand alone in your front room, turn all the lights on, face the street, and look into the camera for 10 minutes. Wear what you would normally wear at home. If you didn't want to be involved, you simply closed the curtains to show your refusal. Yokomizu never met the subjects. She photographed them from the sidewalk and then walked away. Later, she mailed them a small print. The result is a series of portraits that feel intimate and distant at the same time, a moment of trust between people who will never meet. This photographer took strangers' portraits without ever meeting them.
Letter that she
In 1998, artist Shizuka.
But yeah, like Wild Portrait series, and I don't know whether you could get away with it today. So she's just basically putting these letters through people's post boxes, right? She's an artist. I would like to photograph. I'd like to photograph you standing in your front room, street in the evening. The camera will be set outside your window on the street. If you do not mind being photographed, please stand in the room and look into the camera through the window for 10 minutes on this day and time. I will have come before and set up my camera and take a picture for 10 minutes and then leave. Like, the fuck? Wouldn't you get arrested today for this shit? It has to only be you. One person in the room alone. Please turn all the lights on and stand at least 1.5 meters away. If you're too close to the window, you will become just a shadow in the picture. Basically saying it needs to be lit. Now, obviously, by doing this, it's extremely unlikely that the person in the room would be able to see the photographer outside because she's going to be doing it at night. So it's an interesting project, yeah. Like, so you wear something that you always wear at home. Please do keep reasonably still and calmly look into the camera. 10 minutes is a very long time to keep still. Please try as much as possible, but you can relax from time to time. Simply draw. I think it says underneath there, if you don't want to be involved, just draw the curtains. I will not knock on your door to meet you. We will remain strangers to each other. However, I will send you a small print later on, and the name and address, telephone number. If you do not want your photograph to be exhibited, you can then let me know. So, again, yeah, we were just talking about projects and coming up with ideas and that sort of stuff. And like, we used to do these kind of wacky projects all the time back at art college, and like, it's just something that kind of grew out of, right, with, you know, like the professional job and that sort of stuff. And it's always cool hearing these projects and seeing these projects that are kind of I don't know, different and an interesting idea. You know, especially where you're working with people, right? And you're trying to interact with people. We were forced to do an art project. I say forced because I was dreading it, right? We had to go to the park here, and it was a, you know, busy park, and we would have to approach strangers and ask them to take their portraits. Man, I think I was 18 at the time, 19 at the time, dreading it. Like walking up to strangers in the park and asking them to take their portraits, you know, on film. So remember, you're not showing them anything, right? It's all on film. So you can't go, oh, you know, what do you think? This is pre-mobile phones and all that shit. It's difficult to do. It is difficult to do. But there is certainly a buzz from doing it. And projects like this, I think, can be cool. You know, I think they can lead on to other ideas and that sort of stuff. And look, this project may not be for you, and you may think it's kind of dumb, but I think it's a powerful piece about the time period and just, you know, normal real people as well, trying to capture these real people, just like, you know, Chris was doing here, right? You know, with his book here, that's kind of what it's about, right? It doesn't all need to be fashion shoots and setup and glossy. You know, you can just get down in the trenches, as it were. I just thought it was pretty cool. Yeah, I thought it was a pretty cool idea. Yeah, and I mean, results speak for themselves, and it's indicative of the time, I think. Yeah. Has anybody done anything like this? Has anybody done any projects or done any shoots where they've kind of had to ask strangers for portraits? And it could just be one portrait. It could just be out doing street photography, and you see somebody like, oh my god, they look cool, man. I love what they're wearing. It'd be cool to get a portrait of them. It doesn't need to be a project. It could just be a just a single shot. Have you ever done this where you've asked somebody permission? Because I mean, let's be honest, 90% of street photographers are just out there shooting from the hip, right? Just getting discrete photographs, and I think that a lot of them may kind of hide behind the fact that I want it to be real. I don't want to impose myself on the subject, and I get that, but it is tricky to kind of ask permission from strangers to take the photo. I wonder how hard it is today versus 20 years ago, whether it was just kind of cool and like, oh wow, flattering 20-30 years ago, and now it's just get away from me, you creep. It's called Super Bold of it. Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, it is super bold of it. Yeah. And it's kind of a project that is like an introvert's approach to photographing strangers, right? Because the previous guy here, he had to walk up to these people on the street after they've come out of a club having a good time, ask them and say, look, would you mind coming back to my studio? It's not even there on the street. It's like trying to encourage a stranger to follow him back to his studio to photograph them after a night out. Very kind of convincing and that sort of stuff. With the greatest respect, she is kind of avoiding all of that, right? If you are an introvert, and because she's never ever met these people, so she was able to do this photographing strangers project with permission without ever meeting or speaking to them. So it's kind of a clever way around the issue, right? If she was like, I don't want to speak to them and that sort of stuff, or introvert, which a lot of people are, rightly so. So it's kind of a clever workaround. Would love to know how many people closed the curtains and left them over there to do it. I know, Emma. Yeah, I wonder. Yeah, true. I wonder what the hit rate is. Like I said, it's a different time back then. It's a different time. I know what I would be doing if somebody put that letter through my door. I can assure you, today. But I think it's because everything's so global now. You're like, what is this? If this goes viral on TikTok, I want absolutely not. But back then, I don't know. I think people were probably just a bit more. Maybe I'm just being rose-tinted about it, but I don't know. I think people maybe just a little bit more, I don't know, naive about it, really. Like, what's the worst that's going to happen? Somebody's just doing a cool art project. Job done, right? Yeah, no, because... Stalker alert. Okay, so we got some people in here who maybe just got some younger people in chat here. I definitely don't have the organizational skill to do all of that. I'd end up sending everyone the wrong. Yeah, true. That's a good point, Emma. Yeah, imagine. Yeah, that would be awkward. Yeah, that is a good point. Especially seeing as that was shot on film. So she would have to have, I don't know whether she takes, like, I suppose she just goes, look, I'm just going to take 36 shots and then we're just going to do this whole roll on this one person and leave it at that. But yeah, it's a good point. Get done for voyeurism if you get the wrong window. That is true, Sin. That is another issue. That's a good point. You would need to be triple checking that window is attached. That would be hilarious. Yeah. My colleague still does that in his class. Makes his students do that in the park. Oh, there you go, Chris. Right. I think it's a valuable pain to go through. And yeah, I mean, it was absolutely the worst project that I've ever done. It was horrendous. But a learning experience nonetheless. Yeah. It was as close as I've come. Was wanting to do a series of the people of Bloodstock this year when I was shooting with Festo. Oh, okay. Look, next year, make it happen. Do it. What's the worst that can happen? These people are going to say no, and yeah, could be cool though. Chris says I have an environmental project series where my students will photograph a day in the life of the job, basically document someone during the day. That's cool. Yeah, and that's kind of that's an interesting alternative to that, right? Because photographing strangers in the park, like we had to get like 10 or something like that, so you had to talk up to 10 strangers. You're like, Christ, you're just like, oh my god, I got one. Okay, 3. Okay, we got 3. I got 7 more. But I suppose the benefit, or not benefit, but the alternative, idea that you've got there is that you're getting to know that one person, which I think is kind of cool. I think that's kind of cool as well. I mean, that's you could happily do that project alongside the other one. Yeah, that'd be good. Since I was used to do surveillance work with a long lens, never asked permission though. Okay, to be clear to people in chat, Sin legally was doing that legally. I just want to be clear that he's not being a creeper. I will say I worked in a photo lab straight out of art college, right? and I choose my words carefully here, but yeah, I worked in a photo lab straight out of our college, and this is again pre-digital, and people send in their films. I don't know what people think happens when they get their films devved, but yeah, we definitely had some creepy fuckers dropping off their films, like, you know, long lens outside of a school, that sort of stuff. Obviously, we, you know, call the police and all that sort of stuff, and they, you know, came along and confiscated the photographs. But it was like creepy stuff, like girls getting on bikes and that sort of stuff, and I'm sure you can imagine the rest. But yeah, like real fucked up stuff. Yeah, and again, like all on film. Yeah, weird time, man. You know, for free advertising. Okay, fair play to Lizzie. Yeah, some people are just really good at just happy to go up and ask questions and get it done. Yeah. Paul says the guy in Bath who does it all the time, and some of the people he photographs is really interesting. Yeah, wasn't there a guy in New York? Wasn't there like a really famous, like back when Facebook was a thing, a huge Facebook page, and it was like People of New York, or there was a New York page, and it had like hundreds of thousands of followers, and he'd post like a person in New York every single day, I think, like that. It was, you know, it was a really, really cool project. Yeah. He's now known in the city for taking this kind of images. Gotcha. Yeah. Hey Vlad, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Just popped in. Okay. I was too busy drinking closest and got chatting with a guy who had an FX3. Oh, okay. Imagine the photographer was male, that might not be successful in these times. Yeah, I think it takes a certain character. I think you can certainly do it. Yeah, I think you can certainly do it. And as long as you, I think if you get a few under your belt and you become like Paul was saying there, there's a guy in Bath, he's kind of like famous for it or known for it, and especially if they see you around all the time and you're trying to do it, you can certainly still do it. Yeah, I did do some this year. Just got a bit too busy, lost a bit of confidence asking people as the weekends went by, and they all sat on that hard drive doing nothing now. It's tough, Emma. It is tough, but it's one of those things, you got to do, right? I mean, if it doesn't stress you out, it's probably not worth doing. So dig them out, have a look. Look, nobody has to see them, right? Nobody has to see them. It's your work. That's the other thing as well. I think that a lot of younger people today that I speak to when they're starting out, they feel like they're obliged to share their work, and it's like you don't. You can shoot for you, or you can shoot a shoot and it turns out terribly and nobody has to know, right? It's fine. You don't have to share everything. It's fine. I'm not saying that's what you're doing, Emma. I'm just saying, yeah. Another kind of analog, brand new digital camera. It was People of New York. Thank you, Vlad. Yeah, People of New York. That was it. Yeah, it was huge. I think he turned it into a book or something. That's right, Vlad. Yeah, well done. Good memory. Yeah, good memory. It was huge. I don't know how many people we had each day tuning in on Facebook, but yeah, it was massive. Yeah, absolutely massive. Yeah, well done. A digital camera designed to feel analog. Right, so there's more and more of these coming along. I mean, you guys have seen it kind of all before now. But you got your landing page, your film stocks, your darkroom for adjustment, right? So there's more and more of these popping up. Does anybody remember the iPhone app a million years ago called Hipstermatic? Right, I used to love that thing. I'll be honest, as my my secret sin was loving that thing. And because it was kind of like that. You would shoot it and it would just randomly put analog crap all over your shot on your iPhone. It was an app. Yeah. And I shot entire holidays on that thing. No word of a lie, man. Yeah. But yeah, more and more of these things are popping up. It's just kind of funny. I've been given a camera here to kind of review and look at. Now it is digital, but it seems purposefully bad, right? It seems like 90s digital. Do you know what I mean? Like a Nokia phone camera kind of quality, because it says it's got a lot of megapixels, which is like, maybe it does, but the quality of it is like distorted, it's got severe I don't know what it's difficult to explain other than the fact that it's like 90s digital. It's bizarre. It's like £100 or something like that, and it's designed for like the TikTok generation who think that these digital cameras are vintage cameras, right? These analog cameras. I mean, they're not analog cameras, but they are like the old school digital. So it does look like if you were to shoot digital photos in the late 90s or something like that, or like early 2000s, it's probably early 2000s is probably better. That's what these look like. It's weird. It's bizarre. Yeah, it's very strange. Yeah. So yeah, more and more of these are going to be popping up. Yeah. It was one of those not silly as the Kodak keychain. Whoa, Vlad, that's shots fired, man. Come on. Does anybody get one of those? There was people in chat threatening to get one, but was it like 50 quid or something? Yeah. So next one here, Red's new cinematic imaging recipes for Nikon cameras look awesome. So those of you keeping up to date on the nerd shit, Nikon bought Red, which is like major, massive cinema camera, like beautiful cinema cameras, bought Red, and now what's happening is that they are, we're starting to see some results of the merge. I just kind of brought this up because I'm like, am I missing something? Red's new cinematic imaging recipes for Nikon cameras look awesome. Am I missing something? Like, I don't want to be a dick, but like, they don't look good to me, right? I don't know. I mean, is this just the Netflix look now, just utterly washed out? I suppose we've got to wait for Cloud Dancer to kick in next year, and then we'll be good to go. Maybe, I mean, so we got some hard lit shots here. We're starting to see a little bit more punch in it, but yeah, kind of just kind of interesting. Yeah, I'm going to keep an eye on it for sure. But yeah, comments say imaging recipes cannot be used with log video raw images, so creators will lose editing flexibility. Okay. This is not true. You can absolutely use. Okay, right. So he was correcting it in the comment. Yeah, you can absolutely use Nikon image recipe for RAWs on the Nikon. Okay, good correction there. Using someone else's formula gives a creator a unique look. Yeah, it's just recipes and stuff. Yeah, these look good. I'm not a video guy. Obviously, if video guys are happy with that, then more power to you. Yeah, fair dues. I did some stuff with the Christian Festival this year, and the videographer in his 20s shot a lot of the event on his VHS camera because he wanted that analog look. He had 4K cameras but chose to use this. Wild times, man. Absolutely wild times. Crazy times. I've never felt older than I do reading that. Reading that comment. So I did some stuff at Christian Festival this year, and the videographer in his 20s shot a lot of the event on his VHS camera. Damn, that's nuts. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, it's mad what price early 2000s point and shoots go for now. Thank you, Need a P. Yeah, it is. It's crazy how much they cost now. You're absolutely right. Because like I said, this guy reached out to me, sent me this camera, and I had a kind of a call with him, going over the thoughts, because I was like, what are you sending me? Like, what am I doing with this? Yeah, and he was giving me some numbers, and these things sell out. I didn't Vlad say they sold out? Wasn't the Labubu sold out? Yeah, at least for a while. Yeah, right. These things sell out like hotcakes. So to your point there, yeah, it's crazy how much those 2000s point and shoots cost now. It's nuts. And from what I'm hearing, is the TikTok generation seeing it as the vintage look. Yeah. Camcorder. Yeah, I know the one pool. Yeah, you actually put the VHS tape in there. Yeah. Filter companies, Prism FX make a fake blockbuster and shot it on the old video. It's an aesthetic. Yeah, it is. Look, I'm not poo-pooing it. Christ, I am very guilty. I mean, I said to you last stream, right? I did that shoot for Profoto recently, and I finished them up in Boris FX just to take some of the edges off. Look, I love it. So look, I'm certainly guilty of it as well, for sure. Yeah. So we dug this out for Vlad Jamie sent this over.
I built the craziest filter for my camera lens, and now you can too. I was inspired by another photographer, Pavlo, and his lens experiments. If you haven't seen these already, check them out in his socials. I wanted to build something similar to his spinning bokeh adapter, which has this crazy video effect, but something anyone could build at home. And this monstrosity is what I came up with. It works by using a print-in-place bearing with a gear attached to the inside. A worm gear is attached on the top to change the rotation direction and allow us to use this crank handle to spin the bokeh adapter. Those bokeh filters are swappable, and you can design your own using whatever shape you want. And the rear attaches to your camera lens via this filter adapter. Of course, you can use the adapter for cool photography effects, but the magic really happens when you take a video and start to spin at the same time. Super cool. I built the craziest filter for my camera lens, and now
I have no idea what you would use that for, but fair play. Like 3D printing and that sort of stuff is wild, right? You can, love the ingenuity and idea. It's clever. Yeah, it's clever. Yeah, again, I don't know what you would use it for, but yeah, it's good stuff. If Vlad saw it, and come on, you've got to be on the, I should think you're on the 3D gadgetry, 3D printing gadgetry film stuff mailing list or something. Yeah, like, oh, yeah. Hey, at least the algorithm's working, Vlad. Yeah. Not even point and shoot is 2003, so 1.6 megapixels. Is that what it was back then? Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah. I'll give you one of those. Exactly, yeah. Jamie sent it to me going, you think Vlad would like this? Yeah. So Nanlite is really pumping out the products these days. We've got a bunch of different things going on. At the one end, we've got these things that they're doing. I think, Vlad, did you have some baby lights from Nanlite recently? Did you have like a 40-watt LED from Nanlite recently? So they're doing these kind of lower end LEDs as well. This is like plugged into your phone and that sort of stuff, right? Don't worry. I'm not going to spend too much time on this. I'm just using it as a reference point to kind of show you where we're at. Because this is kind of weird to me from Nanlite. I mean, it looks like a cool product, right? And, it's probably got well-made, Nanlite makes good stuff, and I'll admit, it comes in cool colors. So, I mean, why wouldn't you want it? So, on one end, they're doing this, yeah. And on the other end, they're doing stuff with Nanlux, right? So, you got the Nanlite and you got the Nanlux, which is their cinema division. And I saw this in a video, actually. Let me just bring it up here from Seth from Adorama. So, good old Seth here. Let's have a look. He was doing a live stream the other night, and I saw him pop this thing out.
And now you're going to ask me, well, what's this Nebula engine? I'm so glad you asked.
Let me just go back a little bit.
It's part of the Nanlux line, and this is...
Let me just go back to where he gets that out.
We did the shutter drag last week with, I think, pink light, And this is the 120, right? This little jammer from Nanlite, right? 120 full color.
So I used that. I reviewed that a while ago.
Tiny.
Phenomenal little light.
We had a lot of fun with it. Well, guess what? Nanlux came by and they brought this. The Nanlux Evoke 150C. So now you're going to say, Steph, that's only 30 watts more. Who cares? And I'm going to tell you this guy right here, because this isn't just 150 watts more. This is part of the Nanlux line, and this is the smallest light they have with their new Nebula engine. And now you're going to ask me, well, what's this Nebula engine? I'm so glad you asked. It is basically what's going to keep your accuracy from color and dimming completely compact into this, which is awesome. Plus, it has the proprietary.
So Nanlux is there, like he's saying there, their kind of premier line for video and that sort of stuff. Big boy lights, right? We will carry on with that in a second. But yeah, like big boy lights, like major systems, beautiful lights. Really, for on video sets and all that sort of stuff, right? And what he's saying here is that this is a 150 watt, so they're kind of like this hybrid, right? A lot of these companies are doing this now, brands are doing this now, like merging the video and stills. And this is a 150 watt, but it's a single unit, right? And I mean, correct me if I'm wrong here, but Seth is implying that there's no control box, no hanging power block or brick or anything like that. Everything's in this head. very compact for what it is. Yeah.
Mount that has, which is kind of coming across the whole industry now, is these.
So this as well, I'm seeing more of this. So Godox and Nolad, a lot of their modifiers, I think, have something similar to this, where the modifiers are now starting to talk to the heads. Obviously, we can see it here with these connections. So I know very little about this. I'm really intrigued as to what they're doing, and we'll carry on to see what Seth says here.
Can you guys see that? The contacts right here, which lets the light know what modifier you put on. And I think this is a proprietary mount. This is their FE mount.
I mean, he just says there that it lets the light know what modifier is on it. So I'm kind of curious as to where and why that would be useful. It knowing, like, I don't know, like, what information would it give the head that would be viable? I don't know.
But it'll know and optimize the light for that modifier, which is.
So look, in fairness to Seth, he's obviously new with it as well, and only just got it the other day and kind of playing with it. But yeah, kind of curious as to see what that means.
It's cool. So if you're just flying through things, it's already doing.
Oh, hey Wayne, how you doing, man? ARRI have the modifier contacts on their orbiter range. That's right, Wayne. I have seen that. You're right. Yeah. So Wayne, do you know, like, why do they have those contacts on there? Like, what is it doing? Like, what is it telling? I presume it's the modifier talking to the light, not the other way around, right? The modifier is telling the light what the modifier is. Like, what would it be telling it? Like, okay, so what Seth's saying here is it's telling it that it's a reflector dish, but is that useful? Brad's talking about his little 4-watt thing from Nanlite, saying Nanlite Pico, it's amazing, but it's 4 watts. Have to say that little lamp is better built than most of the lights I've ever touched. Yeah, Nanlite made good stuff, man. Yeah. I only just got myself some Nanlite 300s. Oh, nice, Chris. Oh, sweet. Okay. Yeah. Maybe the light can change the throw distance, like the movable lens, something like that. Limit the power, what melt stuff. The only thing I was thinking there, Vlad, was melting stuff. Exactly right. Yeah, because like some of the spots, some of the manufacturers will have like watt limits on them. So like I think the Godox one that I've got is like 150 is as much juice as you can put through it before it melts. Like the Profoto Spot Small is 300 watts. So yeah, maybe it kind of limits you from melting it. Yeah.
What it needs to do to get you in the best position possible while you're using the light. Of course, has all the effects. Of course, has all the color. I paired it to my phone.
So he just goes on to play around with the colors and that sort of stuff. But this was the first time I kind of seen this, and Wayne brings up a good point, because I knew I'd seen them on lights before, but yeah, Wayne's absolutely right that the ARRIs do have them as well. And it's been I never really kind of looked into it at the time. Like some of the Godox ones will limit the brightness if it's not on, so it's kind of like it's speaking to the light. Like the NOLED, like super bright LEDs will stop it from being turned on if the modifier isn't on it and that sort of stuff. But yeah, other than that, yeah, it's like a price bump for people who can't operate equipment manually. I mean, yeah, that's the photographic industry in general. But yeah, so Wayne says correct. Also tells it what color cast it may give. Interesting. Okay, and the light engine corrects that, among other things. They're mainly on their modifiers called optics. Okay, those of you who don't know who Wayne Johns is, Wayne Johns and I go way back. We were sponsored by Bowens a million years ago. We did a podcast for many years. Wayne does a lot of work for ARRI as well. So he's been sent all over the world with ARRI doing shoots for them. So that's interesting, Wayne. Okay, so they're acknowledging the fact that certain modifiers are gonna create casts and they can correct it. Okay, that's kind of cool. I could see that. Yeah, I could certainly see that. Interesting. Okay. So what does it say here? I mean Nanlux electronic contacts modifiers. Yeah, Nanlux has introduced modifiers with electronic contacts for use with specific lights, most notably the Evoke 2400B. So you know what I mean? Like these are juicy lights, right? The contacts allow for the intelligent modifier recognition and control, which enhances safety and functionality. The electric contacts facilitate communication between the lighting fixture and the attached modifier. Primary function of the modifier recognition, which allows the light to automatically limit its power output at safe level. Okay, preventing potential heat damage. Cool, there you go, yeah. Control for advanced modifiers, electronic context, enable remote control, accessories, functions. Oh, okay, yeah, so you could actually control the modifier. If it's a specific modifier, you actually could control the modifier from your console and stuff. Okay, yeah. Motorized Fresnel, so if it lights up high, that's right, I've seen those. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, so you could do that as well. Okay, yeah. It's interesting indeed. Yeah, interesting. And look, my guess is that we may start to see more and more of this filtering down. But I didn't get a chance to look into how much they are. But yeah, I presume they're pretty pricey. So Seth also talks about the Nebula light engine from Nanlite. So all these brands have got their light engines now, right? We've spoken at length about Aperture's Blare engine, all that sort of stuff as well, and a lot of these lights will have RGB W, RGB WW, and so on and so forth, right? So let's have a look. So looking back at its light source technology, Nanlux and the industry have progressed in color fixtures from 4-color and 5-color solutions, RGBW, this is what we're saying, RGBWW, to a 6-color system, so RGB LAC. So correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it's lime, amber, and cyan, right? So, you got your 6 there, and in bicolor fixtures, traditional warm white, cool white. Yeah, exactly. So we spoke about before, the new Profoto head there that I was testing, the L600C, has 3 white chips, right? So it has 3 versions of Kelvin on there to really have very fine control of Kelvins. Yeah. Cool White Solutions design, incorporating red and green LEDs throughout its journey. Nanlux has continued focused on the core principles that upheld light solutions, yada, yada, yada. Okay. With these goals in mind, Nanlux has redefined its technological direction and embarked on a path of research and development that ultimately created the Nebula Light Engine. With the Nebula Light Engine, Nanlux aims to provide users with a more precise, efficient, and safer creative experience enduring the brilliant like a nebula. Okay, it maintains professional standards over a long-term use and continually pushes the boundaries of creation. So I literally saw this just before we went live, and I just kind of skimmed through this video in a second, but it's kind of wild, right? So we got, and we'll just watch the short video on it here, or at least some of it, and see what they're saying. But these are the kind of chips that they're looking to add to it.
Developed by Nanlux, the Nebula C8 color light engine is the industry's first 8-color light engine, achieving full coverage of the entire visible spectrum. With Nanlux's proprietary color mixing algorithm, its 8 colors are precisely balanced and seamlessly blended, delivering a wider CCT range, a broader color gamut, more expressive and safer lighting for creation. The Nebula C8 color light engine consists of 8 colors: deep red with a wavelength of 665 nanometers, red of 645 nanometers, amber of 603 nanometers, lime of 548 nanometers, green of 520 nanometers, cyan of 488 nanometers, blue of 463 nanometers, and indigo of 444 nanometers.
So this is their kind of solution to the dips in the wavelengths that a lot of these RGB LED heads suffer with, right? There'll be massive gaps, like maybe in the greens is kind of one of the areas that a lot of them struggle with, and then obviously deep reds and deep blues, kind of the ends of the spectrum, right? So what they're saying here is that they're basically putting in an LED at each of these kind of troughs so that there's as limited kind of dips in the color as possible, right? And we've mentioned this before on here, where you take a typical most RGB LED lights and you kind of go through the color spectrum, right? You can be turning through the spectrum like quite a bit in the blues, and the light doesn't seem to be changing too much, right? Same in the reds. You can kind of be turning it, not really changing, and then you get to the green and the yellows, and it's like drastically kind of switching to different colors, right? It's not as much variance as it is. Yeah, okay.
While fully covering the visible spectrum, it provides filmmakers with the widest spectral tuning range and the broadest color gamut, unlocking maximum creative possibilities. With the addition color of deep red, unlocking maximum creative possibilities.
So we've spoken about color profiles and gamuts and that sort of stuff in the past, and how, you know, this kind of horseshoe out here is what, you know, we can see with the human eye, and then, you know, a lot of the other stuff like Rec 709 is pretty much the internet colors, right? And if you want more than that, you probably need something a little bit special.
Abilities.
So what they're saying is, you know, this is the nebula. So it's still, even, you know, there's still all these beautiful green colors that we just cannot replicate, you know. So this is, you know, you would be able to go outside and see these greens relatively easily, but it's almost impossible for us to recreate them indoors on screens and that sort of stuff.
With the addition color of deep red, the Nebula C8 color light engine achieves the industry's widest CCT range of 1000 Kelvin to 20,000 Kelvin, fully covering all color temperature needs in film and television production.
That is wild. That is wild, right? That is a crazy range. And we've spoken about, you know, lights and stuff recently having a huge range, but this is certainly the widest I've seen. Now, look, experience will tell you that as diminishing returns, right? As soon as you get past 10,000, really is very little difference up here. Is there difference? Yes, there is, but very little difference. Very, very minor difference. Like down here, obviously, you know, like 100 Kelvin can make huge changes, but up here, like 1000 Kelvin, you barely gonna notice it. Down here in the rich oranges and reds, that's where we kind of struggle with, because that's where the tungsten is, and that's where sometimes the skin tones can look absolutely gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. So this is kind of where I'm kind of more interested, you know, around about the 2000, 3000 Kelvin range in these deep, rich reds that you kind of get fairly easily with tungsten, but very, very difficult to replicate with actual lights.
The low end of Nebula C8's CCT range has gone to unprecedented 1000 Kelvin, far below the color temperature of sunrise or candlelight, delivering exceptional capability for shaping ultra-warm tones. Whether recreating the atmosphere of fading flames or candlelight, or compensating for low color.
So, Janos, an AI voice, it's like there's no way they would make that mistake, right? But I agree with you. Janos was like, it sounds like an AI voice. It's terrible, but that I did get that vibe. Surely Nanlite wouldn't do that though, right? But I agree.
Temperatures after camera white balance calibration. The Nebula C8 brings greater possibilities to every set. In addition to the ultra-wide CCT range, the Nebula C8 also supports plus or minus 200 green magenta adjustment across its entire color temperature range, allowing users to fine-tune the tint at any color temperature with precision. Another major advantage of the Nebula C8 light engine is its further optimization of.
So most tints just have plus and minus 100, so they're saying they can go even deeper into the magentas and even deeper into the greens, which would make sense given the chips that they have in there.
Skin tone reproduction. The natural rendering of human skin tones depend on the fixture's full coverage of the red spectral range. However, in most color light engines available in the industry, the red spectrum leans toward orange, making skin tones appear pale and less natural, both to the eye and on camera. To meet the higher demands of production users for accurate skin tone reproduction, the Nebula C8 extends its original.
This is all kind of like a little bit smoke and mirrors, because we're viewing it on a screen. You're viewing it on your screen. I've got no idea what screen you're viewing it on. I mean, I'm viewing it on a decent screen, but even there, you know, even the changes are minimal. And it's on the internet, right? This is not going through at, you know, 8K Blu-ray or anything like that. So it's going to be crushed, right? The difference is going to be crushed substantially from what we see. So it's like we are definitely at the point now where we are splitting hairs for sure.
645 nanometer red color with an added 665 nanometer deep red color. This extends coverage across the red spectrum, delivering richer, healthier skin tones with a natural vibrancy. Thanks to its 8 colors, the Nebula C8 light engine's color gamut coverage has been further expanded. Within the CIE 1931 color gamut, it reaches 82% coverage, 6% higher than Rec 2020's coverage. Meanwhile, In the red 2020 color space, Nebula C8 achieves an impressive 94% coverage. Enables its outstanding
just
the
getting
full
a
color
little bit
light
nerdy here and
engines of
again.
RGBW.
Difficult for us to see on the internet, right? Some of the changes, but I am curious, especially in the reds, right? I mean, again, they're kind of showing you examples, but then this is a compressed, video, and so it's like you're probably not going to see anything here. But the deep red I am very interested in, because it's something that a lot of these lights struggle with in the reds, and you've heard me speak about this a lot of the times before, when I'm saying, look, I need to underexpose my reds by at least a stop so that I maintain maximum data in those reds. So I'd be interested to see how this copes with that.
100 nanometers, thereby avoiding potential UV finding its spectral distribution. The Indigo LED has been engineered to eliminate ultraviolet wavelengths below 400 nanometers, thereby avoiding potential UV hazards to the skin of crew and talent on set, and ensuring safe to prolonged lighting use.
I would need to look into the reality of that, but yeah.
From ultra-wide lighting outlets.
I think it's just wrapping up. So yeah, look, all of these companies have these engines, right? They're all bringing out these engines, the Blair engine or whatever it is, and I forget the other ones now, but that's kind of one of the more famous ones, mainly because they turned it into BLAIR. But yeah, so I'm interested to see, especially in the reds, and for 90% of people, maybe even 99% of people, it's probably not going to be relevant. But I am curious, especially when I've been shooting in the deep reds and deep blues, like I have done. It really struggles, right? I don't think I've got anything on my website from that. So here I had like this, I had to definitely underexpose this heavily, and it's not deep red by any stretch of the imagination. I don't think I've actually got any on here. Yeah, this is cheating. I'm using a red background, so I'm not using a red light. I know the image that I'm thinking of, but yeah, I can't see it there. It's on. I think it's on Facebook. But yeah, it's some of those deep colors are a pain. Especially when you're like on the chip as well as the light source. Yeah. So I can see. Obviously, we got some comments in here of people. Emperor's New Clothes stuff, and yeah, look, that's fine. And look, it's not going to be for most people. This is the top end. Like, this is going to be, it's fine. This is the we can say the same things about Mercedes or Rolls Royce, right? Like, it's crazy. Like, it still gets you from A to B. Do you need anything more than your 600 quid beta? Like, no, it's still going to get you from A to B, right? But the rest of it is going to be that quality and refinement, and that's kind of what you're paying for. So it's not going to be for everybody. But me, as somebody who is fascinated by color and can see where some of the colors dip out in some of the lights that I've been using in the LED world, I'm interested to see how this pans out. Yeah, for sure. What should you do on a modified original Game Boy? Exactly right. It's all kind of, like I said, it's definitely smoke and mirrors at this point. Yeah. Suntan safety. I know, right? I'm like, what is the reality of that? Like, I don't know. It's one of those, as someone said, the AI voice sounds like the guys in Better Off Dead movie learned English like them. Couple of tapes. It did sound AI to me. And again, look, Nanlai, I don't know. I'm pretty. It is a poor choice if that is the case. It's a criminal choice if it is the case. I'm hoping it's not, but it certainly sounded like an AI voice to me. Yeah. The AI voice sounds like the guys in Better Off Dead movie who learned English language via the Howard Cosell tapes. Interesting. Okay. So look, we'll see. We'll see if anything comes from this. I am interested to see these contacts and these modifiers, to see whether this comes down, to more like I said, the hybrid light here that Seth is playing with, right? This is a tiny light. This is absolutely, throw this in a photo bag, 150 watts. It's got all the features that a photographer would need, and we're starting to see some of the features of cinema from the Nanlux brand coming down to this level. It's all weather sealed, no control box and all that sort of crap. It looks like a decent bit of kit. So maybe some of this stuff will start to filter down. So yeah, if you're interested, go check out Seth over there at Adorama events. Yeah, check that out. If they can develop an LED light that puts the bruise on between sets, it sounds like an investment. Yeah, right. Yeah. All right, guys. I think it's time. We get stuck into the old quiz, right? Yeah, we can get stuck into the old quiz, and we'll give away the presets afterwards. So every year we do this. Would you rather photo edition? It's supposed to be a bit of fun, but like I will be making notes on some of these answers. Obviously, it is important that you pay attention and get all of these right. I don't want to have the disaster that happened last year where a ton of you got the questions wrong. It was just awful. So, would you rather? We're going to start off easy, right? Easy, simple. Get started off easy. Would you rather Speedlight Tree, Studio Strobe, right? So you do get 3 speedlights out of the Speedlight Tree, or you just have a regular Studio Strobe. Let's call it a 500 watt strobe, right? And yeah, let's say 500 watt strobe or 3 speedlights. So what you need to do is either type A or B in the chat and don't get it wrong, right? I did see once Joe McNally doing a shoot, because he's sponsored by Nikon, right? And he was doing a shoot with like 3 or 4 speedlights on this kind of spider tree thing here, and he was setting it up through a scrim, and the scrim was all weighted down with sandbags and all that sort of stuff. And I was just like, Joe, what are we doing? But Joe is sponsored by Nikon, so he kind of has to use the speedlights, right? Whereas that's like to you and I, that is just a softbox and a strobe. So sometimes it's more trouble than it's worth, right? So we've got the results coming in. B. No way. So all of you said B. I know Jamie. It missed. Missed the keyboard. I know he was going for B and missed it. I'm actually kind of surprised. I'm actually really, really surprised. Yeah, actually. I mean, I would absolutely go for strobe as well, but I actually thought there would be a bunch of you in here that would go for speedlights. Guys, we are off to a good start. I'm touched. Welling up. Absolutely welling up. Would you rather an LED panel, right, 200 watt bicolor, or LED S-Fit 200 watt bicolor, right? So pretty obvious, right? We got the panel, or we got the S-Fit, panel S-Fit. Now you have to buy your own modifiers for this S-Fit, but it's still going to be LED S-Fit bicolor. This is not RGB, but they're just white lights. Would you rather go for A or B on this? I think somebody asked in chat about cheap panels. I think you're just probably better off investing in S-Fits and just going for a modifier. That would be my guess, if you will, like budget wise. Yeah. I have my Reese's. Jimmy just wanted the 3 lights. It's like, I don't care how shit it is. I just want 3 lights. Yeah. Morris, I never get an endorsement contract. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So BBB. So okay. So we another good start. Steve's going for the panel. Okay. I don't want to clue you out of Steve, but now I will say, look. I'll be honest. I personally think you need both. Obviously, that's not an option here. You have to choose one. But in my experience, you guys know that I'm a big fan of the Rotalights with that bigger panel. You cannot modify that thing. I know everybody says, oh, you can put it in a softbox. It's either soft or softer, right? It's you can't modify it, right? It's always going to be soft. But that light is beautiful at what it does. Like, it is a kind of master of that one job. And panels like this are the same thing. They create this beautiful light that is very difficult to create with SFITs because of the hotspots and all that sort of stuff as well, right? So in my opinion, I wouldn't trade out my Rotolight for an SFIT. No way. I use it as a key light. Beautiful key light all the time. But yeah, if push came to shove and you had to choose one, yeah, I mean, like the SFIT is going to be the most modifiable, right? Yeah. So we got some stragglers in here. Sam obviously doesn't want that free tutorial. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. B, what is the intention? Richard, we don't need any sensible questions in here tonight. Thank you very much. We just want bad decisions only, please. So next one, would you rather a RGB LED cob or studio flash head? Now, both SFIT, right? Both SFIT. You have to get your own modifiers. Now remember, the RGB LED cob, so that's full RGB, right? The studio flash head is just flash, so no color, right? No color at all. You gotta make your own colors with the studio flash head. So, kind of tough, right? In this instance, we got 150 watt there from the RGB. That's the one I use. You can do a bunch with that. Or we've got a 400 watt strobe over there. So it depends how comfortable you are with gels, I suppose, right? If you're going to be using gels, like maybe you don't shoot color images and you're just like, you're just crazy. Then yeah, obviously the flash would be a winner for you. Like maybe if you, I don't know, like a psychopath and shot black and white, strobe would be a good choice. But yeah, RGB 150 watt or studio flash head 400 watt. Oh, Lizzie's going for the RGB. Okay, RGB. Oh, okay, I'm surprised. Okay. A lot of RGB cob lights in here. Interesting. Over the studio flash heads. Well, the LED conversion is happening. Yeah, it is happening. Terry's going for the flash. All right, just needs the juice. But can't afford a powerful enough one. Yeah, Trevor, that is the that is kind of the only caveat to the LED heads, right? Is their power. Like, we're getting there. We are definitely getting there. Becoming more and more affordable. Like a 500 watt LED head is, the same cost as a decent 500 watt strobe now. I know they're not like for like as watt seconds, yada yada. But my point being that the LEDs, are getting brighter for the cost for sure. Yeah. So Jeanette's gone B. Okay, she needs the juice in the studio. Fair enough. Yeah. Okay. Another B there. I want that specific flash. B. Do you, Paul? You want that? That's the QT400. Absolute classic. And absolutely the QT400 3M. One of my favorites. Is the QT400 3M. Just like, whew, that's the one. B, in case I can't afford the ambient on set. So Chris brings up a point there, right? If it depends what you're doing. If you're working in a studio and you have complete control of the room in terms of, close the curtains or whatever, put boards up, no windows to begin with, which is what our original studio had, then the LEDs are going to be fine. But Chris brings up a point there in that, it's like, I just don't know where I'm going to be shooting, right? I need that extra juice. And yeah, like, years ago, especially, I think we can get away with it more now with the LEDs. But yeah, if you're not sure where you're going to be shooting, the flash does give you that peace of mind. Yeah. P has gone for RGB. Depends on parity of output. The parity of output is what I'm going for there. 150 watt on the RGB and 400 on the strobe. That's what I'm going for. I think I went for these on price, right? I think I went for these on price. I think these are similar price, so I think that's kind of why I chose them. So you can either get 400 watts on the strobe, which is plenty. I mean, I shot for over 10 years on 500 watts. 400 is going to be able to do 90% of what you could possibly want. B. So Sam's gone for flash as well. Okay, yeah, needs the juice. Okay, has to be A. Jake bought all the gels pack from this place. Yeah, that's true. I'm slowly getting through them. I think I'm literally down to like 2 or 3 packs of each now, Jamie. Yeah, literally down to the last few. I sold a bunch last week. They went out. Found a new home up north. Sin's going for A. Okay, so yeah, Sin's gone for the. Yeah, I think for your work, Sin. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Steve's gone for B. Yeah, change your mind. Oh, B. Okay, right. B. Okay, B. I remember when we first introduced you to Rotolight in one of these lives. Is that right, Paul? Do you remember? Was that a thing? That's hilarious. I don't remember that. I wonder if that live's still up. I'd have to go and find it. That's funny, man. That's funny. It has a great recycle time, power up for dance and dogs, etc. Oh, okay. So it's super quick. That's good to know. Actually, that's good to know, Paul. Okay. Have a really good dark room. My house is used as a studio. There you go, Liz. Yeah, if you've got dark space, yeah. I got black velvet and stuff up here. It's fine. Yeah. In my hometown, there used to be a rentable studio in a literal bunker. Really, damn, man, that's nuts. Yeah. Like I said, I think Emma and I were talking earlier on about studios we used to work in. Yeah, Wayne and I used to work in a studio with no windows at all. So in the winter time, you'd arrive. It's dark outside. And then you'd be in that studio all day, and you'd leave at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and it'd be dark again, and just go on and on and on like that. It was just no windows. It's fucking nuts. Yeah. Would you rather RGB LED tube or RGB LED cob? Okay, we're getting to the end of these lights ones. Okay, but yeah, I think this is the last one of these. The first 5. So RGB LED tube or RGB LED cob. Now, I'm pretty confident that most people in here are going to go one way, but there are a lot of people who live by these tubes, man. A lot of people who live by these tubes, and look, they are good, but they fall into the same issue that we spoke about with the panels, right? The panels have a beautiful light, gorgeous light, but they're only really good at that one thing. And the tubes, in my opinion, are like that as well, right? I also have an issue with the power output of tubes is kind of crappy. You really can't send the light very far. Don't let me sway you though. So we got some results coming in here. We got BA. Oh, Edgar going for the tubes. Okay. Edgar, I got to ask, what is it? What is it about the tubes, if you don't mind me asking? You just like the fact that you're in a dark space. Great for like cinematic style video and that sort of stuff as well. Yeah, we got a lot of B's in there. Melanie's gone for the tubes as well. All right. Respect it. Yeah, Packer's gone for the tubes. All right. B, because of output. The tubes are so fun. The tubes are fun. What is your? Is it Jean, Jeanette, and Jean? What is it? But they are, the tubes are a lot of fun. Very easy to use, but I completely agree with you. The power output of them is tough, right? Because they're really, really bright, and then you get like 6 inches, 2 feet away from them, and it's just like the power's gone. So yeah, I completely agree with you. Yeah. Tubes are fun. Too niche. What's too niche? What did Sin go for? B. Okay, yeah. So you went for B. Yeah, tubes are too niche. I agree with you, Sin. Yeah, look, I love the tubes. I use them for like one type of shot, and that's it. But yeah, for me, all day, I'm going to go for the RGB cobs for sure. Yeah. Sam's going for the tubes as well. Sam wants an easy life. He just wants to be one and done. Set it up, walk away, job done. That's fine. I get it. Not a lot of people want to think about the shoot. I get it, man. That's fine. They're good shooters for video. For video, it does make sense. Yeah, if you're shooting video, very, very kind of realistic to put them up in one side of the room and that sort of stuff. If you're on location, I think it's quite easy to make organic looking lighting in a small space, right? Because these cobs and stuff are great, but when you're trying to make realistic, organic looking lighting in a location shoot, like you're like shooting in a bedroom or a hotel room or something like that, it's this kind of hard light that is difficult to soften in the short space of time, right? In a small environment. Whereas the tubes, super soft instantly. So you can literally just put them out of shot and you have this beautiful soft light. They certainly have their niche for sure. Yeah. Bugger to travel with. That is true, man. That is a right pain in the ass to travel with. Yeah, no need for a cob of the RGB cob you gave us. Oh, wow. I see how it is, man. Chris is already banking these. Yeah, I have tubes for Pavo 30s. I used them once. Makes me sad. Really, Trevor? Okay, because the 30C is what? Isn't that the 4-foot? What is the Pavo 30? What is that? Pavo tube 30. It's not. It's a long one, right? These are just not going to tell me, or they never do. They just go, yeah, you know what 30 is. How long is it? Is it 30 inches? Is that what it's saying? Is that what it's trying to be? But anyway, yeah, they're pretty, like, yeah, the 30s are long, if I recall. They're not the small ones. And you're not over the moon with them, then. Not happy. Interesting. Let's see in here. The tubes will push me to get more creative. I mean, yeah. Or not. I think they may limit you, but yeah, your heart's in the right place. Tubes are popular with my clients and for vids. It's Anjanette. Okay, thank you. Yeah, you can say AJ. Okay. I had a girl twirl with the tubes with the blur and it was cool, but yeah, B is one of here. Yeah. I love that, AJ, actually, because I think, this is a really important factor that I think so many professional photographers or aspiring professional photographers kind of forget. So what AJ is saying there is that they're great with clients, right? Clients love them. And she had a moment there where one of the girls was having fun and spinning around with it, right? And look, if you're a professional photographer trying to make money from your craft, having something that the clients will remember and engage with is going to be huge, right? So when that client comes back and looks at that image of their girl spinning around with a tube, it's the memory of that photograph being taken and the girl being happy and having fun that they're actually buying, right? And I think that I think this is a huge factor of professional photography that just almost nobody talks about anymore, really, is the client experience and what actually works with the client, right? Long exposure is one of those setups that clients are just, wow, blown away. They always remember. Like, you couldn't convince them to go for long exposure shoots before they came in, but on the day when they're doing it and it's like, oh wow, we're doing this, and oh, wow, and maybe you get, mum playing with the light wand and light trails and all that sort of stuff. It's a sale every time. So yeah, I think AJ brings up a good point there about it's not just about the stats on a sheet. Sometimes it's about what's going to be fun with the clients as well. Yeah, tubes are nice, but for the price I can get much more out of the other one. Yeah, Chris, the tubes are expensive for some reason, but yeah, I mean the Pavo tubes especially are very expensive in my opinion. Yeah, the 4-foot ones, but I just can't find someone willing to let me practice. Oh really, man, that sucks. Yeah, 100% experience, even though I personally preferred the strobes look. Mom bought both. Nice AJ, win. Love it. So come on then. Would you rather a Godox V100 speed light or the Godox V1000 strobe? Now, I know what a lot of you are going to go for. Hear me out on this. I was impressed with this speed light. I know. I was impressed. You guys know I reviewed this thing. I was dreading reviewing it. I thought, what the hell am I going to do with the speed light? This thing was nuts. So look, 1,000 watt strobe has a lot of juice. It's a lot of juice. So you could do a lot with that, or this little V100 speed light. Now the irony is, I think these are about the same price, right? So you got your 1,000 watt strobe there. The DP1, the DP1000 3V is classic, right? A lot of power. And that little speed light there does a lot. TTL on there, high speed sync on there. You got your little front flash as well. Little round thing on the front there. Modify, stick on the camera, shoot off camera with it. What we got coming in? Emma's off the rip, gone for the 1,000 watts. Needs that juice. Steve's gone for the speed light. Okay, we've got some speed lights in here. Terry, nice. Paul, ever the studio shooter, staying strong. Yeah. Lizzie gone for speed light, nice. Because I need speed light. It's one of those things, Jamie. Honestly, it's one of those things. Yeah, you can't trick me. Trevor saying strong. Love it. Yeah, probably A, but overall B, I can carry around a stand. It's true, yeah. A looks good from what I've seen. Honestly, man, I was, if you weren't here on the previous stream, so what happened is, Godox got in touch. They're like, and I would love to test out the no-lit stuff, like the cinema line of lights. I would love to test that out. And they were like, yeah, okay, we'll let you do that, but you also have to review our speed light. I was like, I haven't shot a speed light in 20 odd years. It's a piece of shit. What am I going to do with that? Like, who even uses speed light anymore? So I reviewed it. I was blown away by this thing. So I just had it in TTL the entire time, and I tried to break it, and I couldn't do it. It was long exposure, off camera flash, outside, in the garden, with long exposure, in a modifier, would not break. Not only was the TTL like pretty good, like, oh, it got most of the shots, it never ever missed a single shot, as in the TTL was bang on exposure every single frame. I was like, what? If you're using supplemental lighting, you want it to be exposed. That's it. Unless you're doing something really arty-farty where it needs to be overexposed or underexposed, then, I mean, you still got 3 stops that you can push that to either way. But it never missed. I was just nuts. This thing was crazy. Yeah. Let's have a look. Look at what I've seen. So yeah, you know, A, because at this point I already own dozens of strobes with mounts. Yeah, you guys are collecting. This is not collecting them up. Limits forces me to figure out tricks with cobs. My brain just wants to say, well, the standard light. I mean, fair enough. Yeah, I realize limitations, but I paid a lot, so I'm going to figure out ways to use them. They are very good, I can assure you. Yeah, most of the work that you see from me still uses those rotor lights. You can modify them. Yeah, I have no idea how to use a speed light. It has to be the strobe. Really? Yeah. Emma, it's easy mode. It's easy. I'm telling you, I just switched it on. I used the trigger, and you like I told you can't fail. Like, the thing never ever changed exposure. It was nuts. They didn't screw up the. Yeah, it's crazy. Yeah. Can't even remember the last time I used a speed light. I know, Paul. I know. I was the same. Yeah. Even though you can't get through the name without a giggle. I didn't come up with a name. I'm getting tired of heavy setup speed light. That's the other thing. That's true. Yeah, that is true. That 1,000 watt strobe will weigh a ton. I guarantee you that. The other counterpoint to this, and the other thing I'm mentioning here with the 1,000 watt strobe, is it seems good, but 99% of the time you will not need 1,000 watts of power. You just won't. Yeah, and to your point, it's going to weigh a ton. I've got a couple of 1,000 watt strobes here. I've used them. I've had them like 25 years, and I've used them like. Probably not as long as that, 10, 15 years. But yeah, I've used them like twice or something. Yeah. I started out with the cheap Chinese Canon knockoff speed light, so I know how to use them. Yeah, so our college, we used them. A mate of mine had one. It was like 40 quid or something, maybe even been less than that. It just took 4 AA batteries. It did nothing. We used Rizzlers on the front to soften the light, but that was it. Yeah, I think everybody, if you're not starting out with a cheap speed light, then I think you're cheating, you know. I have the Godox V1 speed light, great bit of kit which I use with the other Godox 80 range. Oh, nice, Sin. Okay, yeah, so it seems good for A. And throw another one on the pile. And a wireless trigger and receivers, use them as strobes. It's true. Yeah. I'd say I get one and have a little play and experiment, but not for 250 quid. Yeah, I mean, yeah, no, I agree. Like, speed lights, there is a lot of technology in that small thing. But you're right. If I was a wedding shooter, I would 100% be buying that day one. If I was a wedding shooter, I would have no question at all, because you just want something on camera that's never going to let you down in terms of exposure. No brainer. But yeah, you're right. If you're just mucking around, it's an expensive test for sure. 100% of the images in my first book with my speed lights. Yeah, really, yeah, nice. Chris has lost my speed light because I've got to take the batteries out and acid damage ruined it. That happened to my first digital camera, the Fuji FinePix S2, which took Nikon lenses, but that had a tray in the bottom with 4 AA's, and we left them in there, and they all corroded the tray and that sort of stuff. It was a nightmare fix. Yeah. 1,000 watt flash firing sounds insane. Huge power. It is, Terry. Yeah, that's what I mean. You're not going to be using it. You're just not going to be using that power. So I kind of put that in there as a little bit of a tease. What's the other things can't make it look like good? Just cut out the picture without. Yeah, kind of. Hey, Ishimara, how you doing? Yeah. Young Yo, that's it, £50. I don't think it was Young Yo that we had, but it was definitely in that realm. Yeah. We use news at weddings, no flash. Oh, do you, Paul? Okay. I mean, yeah, if you're shooting video as well, and that's it, right? And this is the other thing, right? This is like, a lot of you at the start went LEDs, and I think if you've got younger people coming into the industry now, they're going to be shooting LEDs. Like I could probably eke out my career and not use LEDs and just shoot flash, and because I wouldn't have to shoot video. Like I get asked for video, and I've still managed to slip and slide around it and not produce video. But a young person coming into the industry today is going to have to shoot video. So they will be buying LEDs. You're just not going to be buying 2 sets of lights. You're just not. They're absolutely going to be shooting video. Here you go, Jamie. Here you go, mate. Here you go. Would you rather loads of color gels? So I'll give you these three packs. You got 20 colors in there or something like that. Or you get this little small RGB LED light, let's say 60 watts RGB LED light, that little baby there. Or would you rather these a selection? It doesn't need to be my gels, of course. You can buy any other crappy gels you can find online. But yeah, like, would you rather packs of gels, old school, keeping it, some would say vintage, keeping it real, keeping the craft alive, really more of an artisan kind of approach, or if you just want to be lazy and just get it done and don't really care about the final look, and any color will be fine, you could just go for the little baby RGB light there. We got a lot of heroes in chat tonight. I'd love to see it. Jamie, so close, mate. You're so close. Yeah. Okay, so a lot of you, I'm seeing a lot of polite people in chat. I love to see that. Steve, that's it, mate. That's it. I'm tearing up your Christmas card right now. Melanie wants an easy life. I respect it. Yeah, I'll be a hard one. Guess the gels, but they need to be rather easy to apply. That is Ishimura, or whatever. Like, you can't. Come on, that's the whole point. The going through the struggle of trying to gel your lights, attach your gels to a light with sticky gaffer tape and sellotape and dried up masking tape. That's all part of the experience, rite of passage. So no, they will not be easy to attach. Not at all biased yet. Love the separation of flash, but RGB is more convenient. It is more convenient. Hence why I no longer sell color gel packs. Yeah, they are certainly just not a thing anymore. Yeah. Denoise in Lightroom Life said, what the fuck? To be fair, I have both gels and RGB. Yeah, I got some gels here. I still carry them with me. I do still carry them with me. And I do have to use them, in fact, on the Pro Photo shoot, I used them recently because we were combining flash with LED. Thankfully, I brought the gels with me. Yeah. I got those rubber thingies from 400 Flash that are amazing. Yeah, those. Like I use magnets, which is super easy. All of my modifiers have metal clamps on them that I can just magnet them to. But yeah, there are workarounds. Last of the big spenders. Would you rather Profoto L600C or Arri Sky Panel S60C? Now I don't know if Wayne Johns is still in chat, bless him, but if he is. So this is the other end of the spectrum, right? These are the big boys. These are the beasts, the absolute money sinks. Profoto L600C. This is the light that I was testing out the other day. Just released recently. Absolute monster. Totally unbiased. But it is a cob light with regards to it being modifiable to the point that you can put any Profoto modifier on there. I think, they got 150 modifiers or something like that. So a lot of tech in that light, a lot of tech. Now the Arri Sky Panel, classic, right? Been in the industry since 2011 or something. I don't know if Wayne's still here. He'll be able to tell me. But yeah, it's been out a long time. Well, this is the newer one. Maybe it came out in 2017. But yeah, the Arri Sky Panel S60C. So a lot of people going A here. Jamie again, obviously got sticky fingers on the keyboard. Literally don't know what they both do. I know it's right. Yeah, these are definitely high end. Well, like the Profoto one is brand new, and the Airy Sky panel is really only used on movie sets. Yeah. Sin, if it's free. Okay, so Sin, man, you gotta stop pinching pennies. Let's have a look at how much these things cost then. So Profoto L600C. Come on, let's do it. Let's have a look. So we got as euros. What's this nonsense? Can I change this? This bloody nonsense. Euros. Nobody uses those anymore. We got AJ's here. Here we go. 3,600. Pricey. What's this S60C? Hope you're sitting down. Oh, I think Sky panel. One word. What S60C? Even more. All right. The internet just died. What are we doing? One remaining. Go for it. So yeah, this is used on set and has been a staple on just every movie set for the last like at least two decades. Yeah. But yeah, like these things are. Oh, this is pre-VAT, so it's closer to 4.5 after VAT. Yeah. 3.5 grand. So yeah, Sin saved himself $1,000. Got that one. Respect it. Yeah, these things are expensive, man. At this end, it's crazy money. Can you imagine having 20 of these on set, 30 of these on set? Yeah, it's nuts. Jamie, that's right, man. That's true. You would need a modifier. That is a good point, Jamie. I like your thinking. Yeah. The money for profit and money, so I double down on the area. Exactly, yeah. I'm in the middle of buying a house in Yorkshire. The pennies need to be pinched. Only balls, that's more than my current body and most of my lenses. It is, yeah. These things, I mean, yeah, look, it is a lot of money for that panel. It is. I will certainly give you that. So they come with their own bodyguards. I know. They weigh a ton as well. Not expensive by Profo's standards. That's it. Yeah. Just clutter it, yeah. Yeah. Okay. All right. So, yeah, those things are juicy. Yeah. Right. Let's get into the nitty gritty now. Would you rather infinite film? You shoot as much film as you want. It's going to be paid for, right? Santa is going to cover the costs. You shoot infinite film, dev'd, or 1,000 digital shots per year. Tough one, right? Because usually the biggest excuse for film users is, or people testing film, is too expensive, and it is. Like, you buy a pack of film, like 20 quid for 3 rolls or something like that. Then you got to dev each one. Then you got to what? Scan it onto a CD. Jesus Christ! Scan it onto a digital file. You know, like, you got to pay for all that. Then what are you going to do with the negs, right? But it's free. It will be free for you. Infinite film forever for free, or 1,000 images per year. Oh, it's a tough one. You would have to get good though. If you choose A, you would have to get good, right? No crutching on your Sonys. You're gonna have to get good. Yeah. Emma's gone for A legend. Absolute true photographers coming out of the woodwork now. Oh, interesting. Okay. A lot of people flexing here. Okay, people have got the skills. I love it. AJ, Sin, A, nice, good stuff. B, because digital editing. That is the other thing. That is true. Yeah. I will give it to you on a CD. Do we get to delete the bad shots and add the number back? Oh, good question, Chris. Good question. No, you don't. It's shutter depressions. It's 1,000 shutter depressions. But that's a good question. Yeah. Yeah, because all of us could do it at like 1,000 good shots, right? All of us could do that. Lizzie thinks, okay, Lizzie's going for 1,000 shots. Can't even shoot film, but overshoot way too much to get only 1,000 per year. Yeah, it is. It's tough, man. It is tough. But I wonder how good we would get at photography if we were only able to shoot film for a year. I reckon you get pretty damn good. I reckon you'd get pretty damn good, because you would be shooting with intent. Every time you pick up that camera, you would be shooting with intent. Now I know, old man shouts at clouds. I get it. But if you were shooting film, you would be forced into a position where you were shooting with intent. You couldn't review the image. You go, what do I want this to look like? How am I going to achieve that look? You can't just go, no, no, oh yeah, that's okay. Which is what we do with digital, right? We are very lazy with it. I think you'd get pretty damn good if you were to shoot only film for a year. Yeah. Has to be T-Max 3200. Man, that stuff was just shooting on soup or something. Yeah, the dev that I was using just closed down. Oh, really? That sucks, man. Yeah, there's not many left. There's a few cool ones here, but yeah, there's not many on the high street, as it were. Yeah. I did a talk in a camera shop up there in Wales the other day, and I was like, you guys do film? And it's like, no, they just got digital kiosks in there, so people just Grand comes in with a phone and just downloads 1,000 shots onto into prints or whatever it is. But they do film dev once a week. That's wild, right? When it used to be, you used to be able to get half-hour devs in some busy places. I mean, when I was working in the lab, it was used to do hour devs. But yeah, now it's you want it, we'll do it for you in a week, and they have a guy coming in on Saturday that does all the devs. Kind of cool, yeah. So a guy comes in on the Saturday and does it all. And he was saying that the guy that comes in and does it is a master craftsman. So you're actually, ironically, okay, you've got to wait a week unless you came in on Friday and you would get it within a couple of days. But yeah, he's really meticulous about it. Whereas before, when we were in the lab, we were just buzzing them through. We didn't care. So swings and roundabouts. Let's have a look. Okay, a lot of people going, yeah, if you have infinite film, you spray and pay and never learn. Because you've got to wait to get them back. You've got to give me time to process it, man. Yeah, you don't get to see them. The caps lock confusion means the wine is kicking in. I was actually really surprised at how many people went, hey, good stuff, man. Yeah, tempted to change my mind. Jamie. Okay, because it would be similar to when I do shoot film. Okay. So long as all the images are processed. Yeah, I will. Yeah, Steve, I will. Consider it done, mate. Yeah, you get them on a CD. I shot film in the old days. Can't pull off what you did today. It's slow, man. It is slow. Yeah. Paul says take 1,500 shots in every shoot. It's tough. Yeah, it is tough. I don't think I shoot that many. It's depending on what the shoot is. Yeah, I don't shoot anywhere near 1,500, but in a day. But yeah, if you've got people moving around, it's different to a model just standing there. I got around 8 film cameras just sat around and never used them. Really, Emma? I got you poser. Maybe 2026 should be the year. I know if you don't use them, then you're just a poser. Come on, you have to use them. Yeah. When shooting film for a catalog, I only had 3 frames on each outfit. Really, Andre? Jesus Christ, 3 frames? Fuck me. You just do not blink. Yeah. We get to develop these ourselves. Look, if you want to develop it yourself, mate, yeah, that's fine. I'm happy to do that. Infinite film, but it's only Ilford. Yeah. No, it wasn't Sin. You're confused. You're confused. How dare you assume that I would use the same image? I don't think I did. Yeah. Would you rather only ever shoot at f1.2 or only ever shoot at f16? This is a tough one. I'll be honest. This is a tricky one. Would you rather only ever, so every single shot was taken at f1.2 lens? And look, I'll give you the lens that has f1.2. All right. If you're like, well, Jake, I don't have f1.2. I'll give you the lens. Right. You can shoot it f1.2, but every single frame you shoot has got to be f1.2, or every single shot has got to be taken at f16. Think of the focusing issues at 1.2, right? We're talking eyelashes are out of focus here. 1.2 is rough. Maybe, I suppose, you could shoot a longer lens, get way back. you could do that. You could cheat, right? You could shoot longer lens, maybe cropping afterwards. You kind of fudge the focus stacking a little bit there. F16 though, I mean, every shot's in focus, job done, right? You don't even think about it, but everything just looks like a catalog shot. It's a tough one. A tough one. 1,000 shots solo. It is, yeah. It would have hand-me-downs from family members, I swear. Yeah, the bill for the film was more than I got paid in some shoots. I can believe it, Andre. Yeah, I can absolutely believe that. Yeah. Terry's gone for F16. All right. Emma's got 1.2. Nice. No. 1.2. Okay. You see the bees. The bees are professional shooters. The bees are just like, I'm not risking it, man. I'm not risking it. The bees are the people who do it commercially. Yeah, I'm seeing it. Yeah, Paul, Emma. Yeah, it's just I'm not fucking risking it. I'm just getting it in focus. Yeah. 400 1.2 still quite should be. That's tough. I got to go with B. Yeah, Lizzie again. See Lizzie. Yeah. It's tough, man. Yeah, B because you can't cheat and blur in Photoshop. It's true. Yeah. B. It is rough. AJ. But yeah, it's like it would be rough shooting at F16 for sure. But like 1.2 is you got to shoot a lot to get a bunch in focus. Yeah. You don't want a moving kid running around in studio at 1.2. Go on, B. Yeah. Half my work is gig photography. Don't make me do that. F16. Yeah, that's true. ISO 64 million. Yeah. 1.2 is lovely, but not versatile enough. It is, AJ. It's tough, man. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I'm weirdly used to be. I want to be weird. I had a cheap adapter on first film camera default the old lens to max f-stop. Okay. Not on the modern Sony camera. It's in. I know, right? All you Sony crutches would just be like 1.2. Pfft, nothing. No worries. I got it. Yeah. Really depends on what I'm trying to achieve with a shot. It's tough. Lizzie, we don't need any sensible answers. We need cold hard truths. Okay. There's a bit of a mix. But I think the sensible people have reluctantly gone for B. Begrudgingly, all of you, I know. But yeah, it is tough. You would need to shoot a lot at 1.2. Would you rather only ever shoot at 1/30th of a second, or would you rather only ever shoot at 1,000th of a second? So there's a couple of things going on here, right? We could go, okay, if I'm a studio shooter and I'm working in a dark room, I could probably get away with a 30th, right? Flash, not worry about it. Just shoot at the 30th. I've got flexibility there. Or I could go 1,000th of a second. I'm only, and let's say you would need high speed sync, but you could do it 1,000th. You could do it, but no kind of life to the image, just very sterile. And look, 1,000th, you might have to shoot at f16. But a 30th, you got some flexibility there on exposures. You could shoot in the dark. So only ever a 30th. So those of you, those ambient shooters in chat are going to be struggling right now. And there's going to be some of you who shoot LEDs right now thinking, could I make it work? Could I make it work at a 30th? Because if you're an LED shooter at 1,000th of a second, what are we doing here? With like ISO 3200, right? It's going to be tough. Let's have a look. So it'll be because based on mostly doing them, sensible people never have to shoot events dim light. I know. yeah. Fair. So 1,000th, okay. 1,000th, okay. B, my hands are too unsteady. Oh, wow, okay, really? Lizzie, thank you. I'm amazed, you guys. Okay. Lizzie's coming in strong. Lizzie's got steady hand, nerves of steel. Lizzie's coming in there. She's got this. 30th of a second, no worries. 1,000th's going to get movements. You'll be right. Brace yourself. Hold your breath. You'll be fine. Skip coffee. Alan's gone in there. Alan's confident. He's gone in there. Alan's got his fancy stabilized lens. He's like, no worries. I mean, that is a good point, guys. I hadn't thought about that when I wrote this, but yeah, image stabilization, 30th is nothing. You'd be fine. Yeah. Okay. Okay, mostly B's in there. Use flash, none of something fine, so plus motion and F16. Yeah. I like movement. Yeah, a little bit of life. A little bit of life, do you know? This is fine, yeah. Next, he's going to ask, would you rather stick ISO 1000 or ISO? Come on, would I do that, Sam? Would I do that? Come on. That was last year, Sam. Tripod or a tripod, yeah. The client could be moving, though. That's the issue, right? And if you're photographing still life, it's fine. But, yeah, if the client is dancing or some nonsense, then, yeah. Oh, my God. Global shutter. Outrageous. Yeah. Please, dancing couple, hold it right there. That's it. Do not move. Yeah. Do not move. Would you rather only ever shoot tethered? Every single shoot that you do has to be tethered, or never shoot tethered, right? So you can't ever shoot tethered. So I'm not sure, like, you know, what you're shooting, like, oh, I do like to shoot tethered. I like to check focus, and, you know, if you want that comfort blanket of having that laptop there just to double check everything is looking good. If you really need that comfort blanket, it's gonna be tough, right? But you got the freedom. Don't let me sway your decision, but never shoot tethered, only ever shoot tethered. And again, it's going to depend on the client, right? But, come on. Let's have some sensible answers. B, yeah, thank God for that, yeah. Not if your client's an Apple, yeah, B. Never tethered, tripping on the cord, yeah, right, yeah. Easy, never ever, typically B. Okay, cool. Gone, always tethered. All right, Paul, fair enough. Do you? You shoot tethered all the time in the studio, do you, Paul? Okay. Interesting. I didn't know that. With your dance stuff, you're shooting tethered. Okay. You got mostly, yeah, so pretty much Sin, honestly, Sin. He's probably on it. He's probably got his laptop, his tripod, his camera on a tripod, and a glass of wine in one hand, shooting with the other. Honestly. With his Sony that's AI tracking focus. Okay, yeah. A all day. Really? A all day? Really? Okay. Never shoot tethered, easiest one, yeah. Exactly. It is, to me, this is the easiest one, yeah, for sure. Yeah. Check if you find that. That's true. Melanie, there are people who will not shoot unless it's tethered. They just want to, like, double checking focus and that sort of stuff. They want it. I can't stand it. Detest tethered. I only shoot tethered when I'm explicitly told that I have to, which is usually if I'm being filmed for, like, so the pro photo shoot recently, they were filming it, so you got to shoot tethered so they can see the screen and stuff, or a workshop, you got to be tethered as well. But other than that, never ever would I be tethered. Yeah. Cool ball and chain that. Yeah, don't let that sway your opinion, Emma. Don't let that you know sway the witness. Yeah. That Chinese toggle that promotes Godox has an iPad Pro strapped to his. It's like, oh yes, that's right. I've seen that guy. He's great. That's brilliant. Yeah. Dance tethered to a 50-inch TV, so the dancers can check shot. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, they need to see if they're doing the right. Yeah, because you're not. I presume you're not a dancer, Paul. So they need to check the dancers, right? Yeah, it would be a bit much when on holiday. Richard, I don't make the rules, mate, but yeah, that would be a struggle. Yeah. Only shot tethered once in my 16 years. Tried the Sony app, was great. Might use it going forward. Okay, yeah. Everyone who chose 1.2 aperture only is used to. Yeah. I meant on the screen, not ball and chain your laptop. That is true, yeah. So, would you rather only ever shoot 24-70 but f4, or only ever shoot 85mm 1.2? Now, based on what a lot of you have said before, which I was actually surprised at, I thought a lot more of you would go 1.2. So this is probably going to be easier for most of you. I actually thought this was going to be a difficult decision for a lot of you, but based on your previous answers, I think this will be easy for you. But yeah, only ever shoot 24-70 f1.4. So you are locked to that 24-70. That's it, right? Which is fine. Like, it covers most things. It's fine. Only f4 though. Now, 85mm 1.2, that is a beautiful lens, and it's a gorgeous shot. I'm just saying, 24-70 f4, like, you'll get the shot. Will it look great? Probably not going to win any awards, but that 85mm 1.2 is sexy, man. It is sexy. Yeah. You've met me right. You can imagine that. Yeah, right. Well, yeah. Look, I don't want to judge. I don't want to judge. If you want to get on your tiptoes every now and then, you do you. So Terry, Jamie, Emma, all going, all going for 24 to 70. Okay, Richard. Okay, BB. Okay, so we're getting a few more 1.2s, because that 85 is nice, man. That 85 is nice. Yep. Okay, so we are actually getting a few more 1.2s. Yeah. Sin still crashing his Sony. He's fine. He's got that. He's got the focus. He's not worried. Yeah. Lizzie C. No, come on. What? Wine's kicking in. Yeah. Zoom. It is Zoom. Yeah. Yeah. Need the versatility. Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Yeah. That is it. A easy choice. Okay. True. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This is tough because I almost only ever shoot 85, but never go below f4. Really, Chris? Interesting. I mean, look, I've got a I think I got 85mm. I think it's 1.4 here, and it's beautiful. Now I know when I shoot at 1.4 at 85, I got to shoot a lot of images because I mean, working on the old Steam machine, I'm aware that those 4 focal nodes that I have to choose from. probably needs a few safety shots. Yeah, so I'm aware that I need to shoot a ton, to make sure I've got the shot at 1.2. But damn, those images when they lock in at 1.2 is beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. 24 105 would be better for me. Oh, I'll keep it in mind, Jamie. Yeah, I'll let Santa know. Jesus Christ, what is it? Always wants more, didn't he? Change your mind to B. Okay. Yeah, 85 is my fave. I need the options with A. Take it back, lobby. A for studio size. Fair enough. Yeah, true. Yeah, right. I mean, it's either going to be headshot or bust. Yeah. Right, we're going to get into a few cameras now, guys. So you better be up to speed on your latest cameras, because I mean, these are all foreign to me, right? I just basically selected a bunch from the internet. I'm still using a DSLR, so you're on your own for these ones. But would you rather the Fujifilm GFX 100S2 or the Sony A7R5? A popular favorite. So those of you who are not aware, the Fujifilm GFX 100S, 100 is, so it's 100 megapixels, but it's a medium format, right? Gorgeous images, but not fast, right? You're not going to be shooting any sports on this bad boy. Probably not going to be great for dance either, I'm afraid, but gorgeous images, medium format, beautiful, but not a huge range of lenses either. You got probably 5 lenses to choose from or something. But the Sony A7R5, for those who just don't care, you could do that. Okay, so we got Jamie. Is this B for the Sony? Okay. Richard's gone for medium format. Yep, not gonna lie, came in because of the male promising free stuff, and I'm pleasantly surprised I enjoy my live stream. Jeez, I mean, I appreciate your honesty. You came in for the free shit, stayed for the banter. I respect it. Paul's gone for the Sony. Yeah, for the stuff. Sony. Okay, that's actually a good mix here. Good mix, to be fair. Yeah, good mix. Okay, and again, it's going to be dependent on what you're shooting, right? If you're shooting a lot of stuff, movement, need to get a lot of images out, and like Sony, it makes sense. But if you're shooting fashion, editorial, portraits, go down. That Fujifilm GFX is tasty. Yeah, tasty. It's only because of video friends swear by them. Yeah, okay. The what open close gators? Those fellas. Yeah, okay. God, no idea. Going to go with the masses and say B. I mean, you could do a lot worse, Emma. You could do a lot worse. I think you would love the GFX, though. I think you would love the GFX. Easy for you for sure. Yeah, 16-bit color. Already a B. Already have B. Do you, Sin? You already got it. Okay, nice. The rest use DSLRs as well. BBB. Okay, so you can keep your. That's true. If you've already got a Sony, that's true. I like your thinking. Yeah, if you've already got one, so you'll bring your phone software and update. Show will fail early. We'll brick your phone. Live B. No clue about any of these. I've used the Fuji and was amazing. It is, man. It is. It's tough. Once you use it, it's tough to go back. Yeah, I mean, it'll gobble up hard drives, but yeah, it's tough. Next one. Would you rather the Leica M11P Classic, or the Hasselblad X2D even 100C2. So different, kind of similar values for these. Like Leica is, you know, beautiful in its simplicity, right? This is a cult classic, favorite, depending on what you're shooting, right? But I mean, you got to look through that silly hole on the side. Hasselblad, beast, absolute monster. Gonna give you the juice. It's gonna be a tough one, because it depends on what you shoot. You know, if you're just out there posing with your beard and coffees, then maybe the Leica's the way to go. If you're nice and warm indoors and you got this thing locked off on a tripod, then maybe the Hasselblad might take your fancy. Let's have a look at the prices of these things. So Leica M11P, as we got here. It's a stinger. Hasselblad X2D. Can you not come up with a decent name? What did I call it? What did I say it was called? X2D 100 something, right? 100C2. Christ alive. Like, who is, like, 2? Like, okay. So 6.5 for this one. 8 for this, man. God, you posers love this shit, man. Honestly, that's wild. That is wild. Yeah. Whew. Right. Let's have a look and see what the masses are saying. Dude, you know, okay, Christ, okay, let's have a look. We got BBA. Okay, so some couple of Blads, couple of AJ's got in for the classic. I don't blame you. It's a beautiful camera. It is a beautiful camera. Okay, wow, a lot of you going for the Hasselblad. I'm kind of surprised at this. Emma, you want B. I'm telling you, for the work you're doing, you want B. I promise you. Yeah. Edgar, classic. I mean, it is tough, man. It is tough. It's a beautiful camera. And look, you know, as much as I take the mic, it does take beautiful images. Yeah, I mean, gorgeous images. Yeah. B, A. Lizzie's gone B. Okay, B is on my bucket list. Nice one. I know, right, Paul? Yeah. Emma, I got one coming up for you. Emma. Yeah. Okay, so I'm actually surprised at this. I actually thought most of you were going to go A. I really did. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah. But look, I agree with you. I think for the kind of work that a lot of us are doing, studio lights and that sort of stuff, this Hasselblad fella is an absolute juicer. Yeah, it's going to be, you know. Plus, you can actually look through the damn thing, you know, which is nice. And the leaf shutter, yeah, exactly, yeah. Okay. Interesting. So up next, Emma, what would you rather, the Canon EOS R5 Mark II or the Nikon Z9? Come on, guys, be honest. What would you really want to go for? Canon EOS R5 Mark II or the Nikon Z9, right? Dog's feeling left out. Yeah. Let's have a look. We got Leica, so I can have lightweight. The GFX can hold itself against acid. Yeah. I love my Canon too. So Ridge is coming in. Richard B. Okay, nice. A, B, A. Yeah, you really went A, Emma. Okay, interesting. A. Gino. Okay, Gino's is going to B. Okay, nice. There's a lot of people who haven't seen these Nikon Z's yet, man. I think you'd be impressed at the files from these things, man. I'm just saying. Look, I'm not biased, but I just think you'd be impressed. We Chris. Yeah. A is the next logical step. Oh, really? Okay. Oh, here they come. Canon bros. Yeah. A can be a spare. A Canon shooter. Who said Nikon yuck? What the fuck? A, as I have lenses. Okay, I mean, sensible. Yeah. I thought you shot Nikon, Alan. That's my bad. Yeah. B, okay. Hey, Nikon, you guys, man. Hey, Nikon's getting a rough. I don't know where it comes from. I just don't know where it comes from. It's just these results are surprising to me. I am absolutely blown away. I really thought more of you would be more open-minded, but apparently not. Yeah, apparently not. AR5, but I haven't read up on that. Yeah, okay. So how much is this Canon EOS R5 Mark II? I'm typing Canon EOS R5 Mark II. Fuck you. Oh, $5,000. Okay. Damn. Okay. That's a lot of money for that thing. Nikon Z9. Let's have a look. Is that going to be a similar cost, do you think? Nikon. So 4.5. Okay. The Nikon's Z9 is a flagship, professional grade, full frame, mirrorless camera, known for its extreme speed and powerful 45 megapixel stacked sensor. Woof. Well, quite the write-up, quite the review. The Canon EOS R5 is a high-performance, full-frame, mirrorless camera for pros and hybrid creators. Ooh. Oof, the C word. Oh, it cuts deep, man. It cuts deep. At least it didn't call it content creators camera. That's good. That's close. Okay. Seeing how the IBIS was like on the workshop, only be f5. Oh yeah. I shoot Sony, but the Canon. Okay, so you're a Sony. Oh, okay. Shoot with Sony and Canon R5 and can't get the shots you get on the Z9. Yeah. That 1 second shot was frozen. I love my Nikon ZF. I prefer the Z8 over the Z9. Really, Sam? Oh, just because this thing is. I mean, yeah. So I think when I actually wrote this, I was actually trying to find a way to get the prices kind of similar. So I presume the Z8 is just without that crap on the bottom, right? Fucking dog's in the way. I mean, a lot less, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Fucking damn near half the price. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, just reading the thing. Professional compact full frame mirrorless camera. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean, I've seen the files from the Z8. I think. Yeah. Gorgeous. Yeah. Let's have a look. I feel like you should be more open-minded. Whoa. I don't want to rush into anything. What if mirrorless doesn't catch on, guys? I don't want to be rushing into it, right? You just don't know if it's going to catch on or not. Maybe DSLRs, everybody will start coming back. You just don't know. You don't want to be making rash decisions like that. Yeah, but do believe in AI, right? Yeah, that's fair. If it's that good, why do you not use it? It's true, Paul. It's true. Yeah. I'm only comparing it to this old thing here. Yeah. Right. Or another one for Emma here. Would you rather Canon EOS R7 or the Fujifilm X-T5? So those of you not aware, myself included, this is what the APS-C size, right? So these are the little baby cropped frame fellas, and changed lenses on these for sure, but yeah, these are not full frames. So I mean, Fujifilm basically created this market themselves, and they've dominated it for, I mean, got to be 10 years now nearly. The APS-C is just nuts. Like the cameras that they must have sold in this crop size as well. Now, I will say that I tested and reviewed the APS-C on the Fuji years ago, and I did not have high hopes. I was like, crop frame, come on, what's going on? Depth of field, drop off, and all that sort of stuff with the smaller sensor size. Struggles. Damn thing, beautiful images. Yeah, you absolutely beautiful images from it. I haven't tested the Canon one, but in terms of pound for pound, you know, these two are price wise, I think, fairly evenly matched. Yeah. I did forensic photography course for the Nikon film. Yeah, that's right. They do get used in forensics, those Nikon ones. Yeah, and it was a work course, so they are pretty much on the same level these days, anyway. Yeah. Fair. Yeah. And can't take Emma anywhere. Okay, I've still got some Canons in there. Wow. Okay, I thought it was going to be a landslide for Fuji. Interesting. Okay. Sony. Man, honestly, this fanboy born every day, eh? A, because Fuji focus sucks. Interesting, Terry. Now, I've got one of the original ones, like the X100s. The focus on it was terrible, absolutely terrible. It surely has got a lot better. I mean, I'm sure it has got better, but you're saying that you're still not blown away by the focusing on these things. Interesting. Wow. Okay. That is bad. Yeah. I mean, you really needed to have a ton of light for it to focus, and even then, it couldn't make up its mind. Yeah. Okay, so a bit of a mix here, bit of a mix. It just works. Yeah. But yeah, a lot of people going Canon here. Fair enough. Yeah, I switched from Fuji to Nikon for that reason. With that being a reason, yeah, fair enough. Okay. Yeah. Sadly, in my experience, nobody but Fuji is really serving the APS-C market very well. Yeah, that's so Sam, you're right. Yeah, so when I was, because I know that this X-T5 is an absolute monster, right? And it's an absolute monster, and so many people have it, and it's a very, very popular camera, and for good reason. Like, it's an excellent camera. And I was kind of looking for a competitor for it for this quiz, and like it's a struggle. Like, it is a struggle. It's just like I think the other brands have kind of given up, right? It's like, well, Fuji has this sewn up. It's not even worth us trying to get into that space, really. So yeah. Maybe that's it. Yeah, maybe that's it. All right, guys, we are coming to the final stretch now, right? Would you rather a Vogue front cover, so your image on the cover of Vogue, or would you rather a photo exhibition in Paris? So one of your images on the front cover of Vogue, or an exhibition of your work in Paris. Tough one, right? It's a tough one. Like, you know, Vogue has kind of been in the press for, you know, iffy choices in recent years for their covers, but still holds a lot of weight, right? Still a prestigious, coveted award to have a front cover of Vogue by many photographers. But an exhibition in real life, printed behind glass, up big on the wall in Paris, you know what? Pretty tempting, right? Pretty tempting. Yeah. So let's see what we got coming in here. We got some results coming in. Jamie's gone for the exhibition. Okay. Emma's gone straight for the front cover. Okay. Fair dues. Lizzie's gone for the exhibition. Yeah. Trevor said, I don't speak French. Unbelievable. Ego, please. Come on. What? Really? So you think? Okay. Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so Terry, for you, like, it's just like, come on, it's like a no brainer. So and with the greatest respect, you put Vogue up there as like, oh my god, like, whew, that is it. Because I presume that's what you're saying, right? Which is fine. I'm just curious. Okay, so we've gone. P's gone for B. Okay, yeah, he's gone for the exhibition. Sin's gone for the front cover. The money is bad, but I'm used to being poor. So okay, I mean, you're not getting any money for either of these. Maybe Vogue will give you 50 quid, but you're still going to go for Vogue. Okay, Steve's gone Vogue, Melanie's gone Vogue. Show my family amazing art and see the joy in their eyes and pride. If like physical prints, Ishimara, is like it is good. Like seeing your images big. It is a feeling. I will be honest. Seeing your images big on the wall, damn, it feels good, man. It does feel good. I won't lie. Yeah, I won't lie. Seeing your images big, it is a special feeling. And you know, I love the sentiment that you've added there. And I feel like more people would be forced to see my photos versus not having face people not specifically kind of visible. So, and Emma's counterpoint there is that, yeah, more people are going to see your work for sure, right? More people are going to see your front cover. More actual eyeballs will see your front cover versus humans actually having to get off their asses and come and see your work. Now, the argument could be said that everybody at that gallery is, maybe a little bit more invested. But, and that's to Ishimura's point there of it just being like the physical experience of being immersed in it, right? Paul's gone for the cover, Richard's gone for the exhibition. Okay, so this is way more of a mix than I thought, actually, which is good. Yeah, AJ, B for my soul, 100% AJ, B, B. Okay, so good mix, way more of a mix than I thought. Yeah, A is bragging rights, B is soul fulfillment, mag cover like Vogue, sounds fun. Fair enough, yeah, fair dues, yeah. Any Muppet could hire a space, pop a pile of photos on the wall, Vogue will get you more kudos, especially in S&M phase. It's interesting you think that, Sin, yeah, I don't necessarily agree with you. I think, yeah, but anyway, that's, which is fine, yeah. For exposure, I mean, you could argue that Vogue's better, and it's going to have something on the CV, if you want to call it that. Yeah. But I'd probably say Terry has kind of refined it down to its core components there. A is for bragging rights, B is for soul fulfillment, right? And yeah. Personally, yeah, B for sure. Yeah, B for sure. I was extremely fortunate earlier this year to have my images exhibited very big on like screen on the side of a building there in Paris, and I gotta say, man, it's a tough feeling to beat, man. It's just seeing them big like that I was expecting it. I spent 2 days traveling there, or like day traveling there, getting there, and I was expecting it. I knew what size it was going to be, but nothing prepares you for the size of your image, like being like, especially when it's lit as well. This wasn't even in the gallery. Things was ginormous. It's something special. I will say. Yeah. Plus worldwide Vogue versus have to get Paris flying in cheap. I mean, I guess Vogue's like it's true. I think I got some true artists in chat who are really counting the pennies. My images ain't worthy of being published in either. That's bullshit, Sam. That's bullshit. Both audiences will be repulsed and wonder why. That's not true at all. Yeah. Christmas to Old Horse. How you doing? Merry Christmas, mate. You tell him, Emma. You tell him. Yeah. So look, yeah, everybody's different, right? Everybody's different. But yeah, for me, yeah, I'm probably going to go for the Expo for sure. Yeah. Would you rather be sponsored by a camera and lens brand, right? Or would you rather be sponsored by a lighting brand, right? So, like we all know, the kind of deal today is, you're sponsored by these companies and they'll usually give you a budget each year or something like that, depending on what you're doing. Or if you've got a shoot you've got coming up and you've got an idea, you present them the plan, and 9 times out of 10 they're going to give you the kit that you need for that specific shoot. So yeah, like typically, like camera manufacturer may give you like 1 camera a year or something like that. I could be wrong, but if they got something new coming out, then maybe they'll stack them up. Lenses, sure, you might be able to choose 2 or 3 lenses, something like that. It might drop off over the years. Lighting is going to be different, right? Because you've got tons of different lights coming out all the time. They're bringing out these tons of lights that you might want to use, and if you're struggling to get a bunch of lights, again, I need 6 lights for this shoot that I need to do, then chances are they're probably going to have you covered, right? And again, most of these companies, if you present them with an idea, they'll send you the kit that you need, right? What can I say? I'm a Yorkshire lass. What can I say? The ultimate exhibit is House of Wolf phone screen and screen, bro. But I mean, I always used to joke years ago, and I'd be walking home from the studio, and you'd have like the photographs on like above people's TV and that sort of stuff, right? It's never the professional photo. It's the fun shot that you took on the girls' night out, or a stag do, or your baby crawling on the floor that you took on your iPhone and that sort of stuff. It's never the professional images that make it, above the TV or something, right? It's about the the images that kind of mean something that actually make it up there. Yeah. So Jamie's gone for the lights. Okay. Lizzie's gone for the lights. Emma's gone for the lights as well. Okay. I think so. Most of you going for the lights. I think the B is within reach of any individual, but I need you to be what? I think that B is within reach of any individual, but A needs you to be picked. What do you mean by that, Sin? You think anybody can be sponsored by a lighting brand? I know for a fact that cameras and that sort of stuff is going to be a similar deal with what they share. Yeah, it depends what you think by sponsored or like an influencer or whatever you think, like giving you a few lights for Instagram and that sort of stuff. He's gone for camera and lighting. Yeah. Okay, camera and lenses. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Alan's gone for lighting as well. Yeah. Like, okay, so mostly lighting here. Any better kit? Yeah, I mean, there are some beautiful lenses out there, right? So a lot of you have gone for lighting, even though lighting is obviously considerably cheaper than camera and lenses, right? I mean, sure, you get you get your one camera, and I don't know how often you guys are upgrading, but lenses are expensive, man. Like, a couple of grand for a lens and that sort of stuff. So you definitely, like, going from the camera side of things, you would definitely be able to play with some lenses that you may not necessarily be able to afford normally. But yeah. Instant camera, get all the newest toys. Like, I imagine doesn't iterate that often. Instant camera. Okay, so you're going with A instantly. So instantly get all the newest cameras. Okay, fair enough. Okay, lights, I imagine doesn't iterate that often. Ooh, yeah. 15 years ago, you'd probably be right, but I think that lights are changing every couple of months now. But yeah, that's a fair comment. Yeah. See all of the above. Yeah. Please give us tips on how we can get these sponsorships. Yeah. Yeah. There's no trick to it, I'm afraid. Yeah. It's just a case of producing images that, I don't know, stands out for the right reasons or something like that, catches the eye or something, or it's chicken before the egg, right? Because they want you to have a following, but then how do you get the following beforehand? It's tricky. So a lot of you going for lighting. Yeah, obviously depends on the brand. Just look for a former YouTube superstar who flogged a camera system to death, then when dropped, did the same with lighting company until they went for now. People are the greatest of them. Okay, so you just don't trust people selling stuff. That's fine. Okay, maybe because lighting is more durable. Okay, put you down. Maybe because lighting is more durable. Work collaborations, camera brands, there's a lot over the years. Sponsor photographers. Yeah, I think. I mean, look, there's a lot of politics in this, and Sin is obviously talking about somebody specific there. I'm not aware, but I do agree with him to a point in that a lot of it is just like, this is the latest thing, you got to push and that sort of stuff, and it's going to be up to that individual to decide as to where they want to draw the line. Okay. I know who you mean. I do know who you mean, Sin. Yeah. Took me a second. But yeah. So and look, it's not for me. Certain brands have said, we want you to, like they usually follow it up with, look, we don't want to put words in your mouth, but it's I don't make a living from being sponsored by these people, so. The same with reviews and that sort of stuff. People say, you only review good stuff. Yes, because it's not my job, right? I'm only kind of interested in stuff that I find interesting. And I ask these companies to send it over, and a lot of times they do, which is great. But yeah, I think that if you're, like, YouTube is a great example, right? Because they get paid on the amount of views. So if you're going to, create or like use your, affiliate codes and all that sort of stuff, then like they are incentivized to push you in one way or another. So yeah, but anyway, we're off topic here. Most of you went for lighting, which is cool actually, which is really cool, and absolutely love to see that most of you went for lighting, because yeah, I agree. I mean, I think that almost anything that we do can be achieved on most cameras. I've taken some beautiful images with flash and LED outside and lots of stuff on, like a camera from the 1970s there, medium format. And it's a lot of the cameras today, modern cameras today, give you convenience, right? And I think a lot of the lighting is really where it's going to give you a lot of creative freedom more than the camera as well, for sure. Yeah. Module book collaboration. Oh yeah, camera brands. Just a lot of these expensive photographers. Yeah. The other answers for the gallery vogue question. Did not follow the improvement apparently. Just see new bodies and better autofocus all the time. Yeah, I mean, they are improving the autofocus all the time. Yeah. It's easier for me to be sponsored by lens camera brand. Being sponsored by the lighting companies want it tougher. For sponsored by Option A, keep 200,000 followers, 200 plus followers. Okay. Camera brands are so tribal influence. Switching brands get so much hate. That's true, actually, Terry. You're right. Camera brands are very, very tribal. That's a good point, actually. Yeah, it's a good point. Yeah. I would hope the camera company would pay for a studio if needed. I doubt a lighting company would provide camera. No, they certainly wouldn't do that. I mean, they might question your decision, right? I've certainly turned up to many shoots with the D850, and people have gone, raised eyebrows, right? It's just because the common consensus is that you need a modern camera to take great images. It's just absolute fucking bullshit. Yeah. It's screwing the trust of YouTube and other. It is sin. It is. Yeah. I mean, I think people are way more wary now. Yeah. Alan's onto it as well. Yeah. I think it is all about chasing algorithms these days rather than love of the craft. Yeah. I think. And to Emma's point there about how do you get sponsored by it, I think it depends on what you want to do. I was very fortunate that the gelled lighting style erupted like 15 years ago, whatever it was, and I was very, very fortunate to be at the forefront of that at the time, and that's kind of where that grew. And I do think you need to be kind of doing something a little bit different that stands out. If that's not in your wheelhouse right now, then that's also fine. But it's going to be harder for sure to get one of these brands to kind of stand behind it, right? Yeah. Being sponsored with cool lights just helps so much more achieve sunlooks and lenses and cameras. Yeah, I mean, I would absolutely take the lighting. Yeah, but then I'm a kind of a lighting nerd and color nerd, so I love playing with it. And what Sin made a slightly derogatory comment towards the the new colors and all that sort of stuff as well earlier on. And I suppose I get nerdy about the lights that other people get nerdy about the cameras, and I don't really like why you get nerdy about the cameras. I'm sure other people do the same thing with lights. So. Yeah, it's each their own, but I love the creative freedom that all these different lights and modifiers and stuff can offer. Yeah. Right, guys, coming last couple of questions here now. Would you rather £1,000 on a studio hire and equipment? So I'll give you £1,000. You can hire a studio, hire a studio and equipment in there, right? So you can spend as much as you want on the studio or the equipment inside and that sort of stuff. So maybe it's a fancy studio with all these kind of cool modifiers and lights you never used before, or I'll give you £500 on a location, but you've got to use all your own kit. So £1,000 on a studio, like maybe there's got some pretty cool broncolor stuff in there like that. Maybe there's some breezer lights in there. You're just like, I never tried this. Or maybe there's a bunch of Profoto heads that you're just like, I've never used Profoto before. It'd be cool to rent those out. Or you got a big space. You can do what you want with it, and you have all the kit already there. Or £500 on a location of your choice, but you got to bring all your own kit. Okay. So I've shot in B, that Studio Houston. No way, Chris. You kidding me? No way. That's nuts. Yeah, that's crazy. That's wild, man. Yeah, I just literally I don't know. I googled photographic location. Yeah. I can't remember what I googled. Indoor photographic location. That's hilarious. That's nuts. So yeah, let's have a look. So a photographer Magnum Photo put the spotlight recently shot some camera from 1890s. It's a box with a hole in it, so it really is. Yeah, it's up to you. Everything else is really just luxury, really. So a lot of people going for the location. Yeah, location. Some people going for the studio and the kit. Studio, I so much miss put the lights up high above the model's head and studio. Okay, yeah, so you got all the booms and stuff like that. Yeah, you could bring in the chalices and scrims and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. Location, Melanie's gone for the studio. Okay, it's a bit of a mix. Okay. I hate lugging on my own kit. When I was saying it, I was thinking exactly that. I'm like, this does save you lugging all that kit around. Yeah, that is negative space, guys. Like 3 or 4 lofts all in one building. He rents out. Okay. I kind of got the vibe that that's what it was, in terms of he's like, whatever this was like custom built for this purpose of like sets, as it were. But yeah, it looks like a beautiful space. Yeah, that's funny though, man. That's nuts. Yeah. How much is it, Chris? How much is that? Do you know how much it was to rent that? I only say that because I said 500 quid on location. I was like, 500 quid for that for a day seems fine. Yeah. I do B all the time, 90% of the time, but having a chance to try something new, haven't done studio consistently since 2008. Okay, fair enough, AJ. Okay. Yeah. I mean, working in different locations is a huge challenge for sure. Yeah. You never know what you're going to get, right? It's a really good point. I took a load of my kids to London in September, used public transport for the entire day. I had 40 grams. It is rough, Emma. Yeah, it is rough. Yeah, I've certainly done that, but I remember, I'm talking about maybe 2007 or something. We did a shoot for Tony and Guy at their head office I think it was like Tottenham Court Road or something like that here in London. And Tony and Guy have a photo studio on the top floor. And like we had to carry, like we got the old Bowens 500 watt heads, and they come in the 2-pack kits, these really long bags with the light stands and stuff in them. I remember carrying, I don't know how many of those bags up all these stairs to the top floor. It must have been 4 floors, 5 floors, something like that. Jesus Christ. I was wearing a leather jacket at the time back then, and my arms had swollen up so much from carrying all this stuff, I couldn't get the jacket off. Like literally, it was like the arms were just jacked up. I couldn't get the jacket off. It's nuts. So just like sweating and just like, well, I just have to shoot on this until I calm down. But yeah, like lugging stuff around sucks, man. Yeah. Let's have a look. I think you could try and educate people and promote your brand rather than use your SM social media to flog stuff. Yeah. I think you try to educate people to promote your brand rather than just. Oh, thank you, Sin. Yeah. And yeah, that's kind of where it kind of started for me. And I'm glad that you see it like that. If that's what you're implying. But yeah, that is what I did with the Technique Tuesdays. Right. That's kind of where that started from. And when the video production company RGG asked their community for people that they wanted to know more about, people who've been seeing my Technique Tuesdays were like, yeah, we want to know more about Jake's work. So that's how that took off. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. $85 an hour. Okay. Yeah. Fair. I've done loads of location shoots, but I tend to be more creative in the studio, forces me to plan the shoot style, etc. Yeah, Melanie, it's true. Yeah, I think, if you're on location, you're kind of adapting to the space, which I enjoy. I do enjoy, but I do have a rough idea before I arrive. Yeah. Emma says, yeah, I have one of those long bags. Yeah, those things suck, man. Yeah. In the public transport kind of series, yeah, 8200, 300s are lifesaver for location stuff. Yeah, I mean, you can have you literally have 4 lights in a single rucksack. Yeah, studio with different photo sets. Nice. Yeah, nicer way of saying it. Everyone else just calls me a buzzword. Agree. Yeah, you have much more integrity than most. Thank you, Sin. I do appreciate that, and that is what I do try and keep it. I think honest. Yeah, I've certainly never ever promoted something that I didn't believe in, even though I've been asked to. So yeah, I'm glad that that at least comes across a little bit. Yeah. Okay. Last one, guys. This is the last one. Right. Money's on the line. Photo shoot, 3 models. So you can have 3 models all day. Photo shoot, 3 models, or you can have 1 model, but you can have a makeup artist and a stylist. Right. That's the deal. You have 3 models all day. Or you can have 1 model all day and a makeup artist and a stylist. So this is a tricky one. This is a tricky one, I'll be honest, because it seems like, variety, easy, right? They just rock up. And I'll be honest with you, if there's agency models, they'll just rock up in what they're wearing. Agency models don't bring anything, right? So what they arrive in is what you're getting. So you got your 3 agency models who's going to arrive, and they don't have their makeup done because they're agency models, right? They're expecting a makeup artist and stuff to be there. So what you see is what you get, but you do get 3 models all day, which is a ton of variety, which is good. Especially if one's better than the other. That means you got options, right? So B, you just get 1 model, but you do have a professional makeup artist there on set, and you got a professional stylist there on set who is going to be able to kind of make some looks happen for you. So let's have a look. So Chris has gone for B every time. Okay, B, easy question. Okay, right. Oh, okay. Wow. I was, you know what? I was expecting some of you greedy buggers to go, no, 3 models. I'll turn it black and white. I'll sort it out later. Okay. You do get to pick the model, Paul. Yeah, you do get to pick the model. Yeah. So I'm thinking a lot of people choosing B here have worked with a makeup artist and stylist before, because once you do, it's difficult to let go of them. It is difficult to let go of them. And it makes such a big difference, right? And look, I say this to people, who ask. I was like, look, save up some of that money on kit. You've got enough kit. You don't need the other lens. Put that £1,000 to a couple of photo shoots, or one really good photo shoot, and get like a makeup artist and a stylist, and you'll have images from that shoot that will definitely make it to your portfolio for a long time. Like they have such an impact on a photo shoot like you wouldn't believe. Yeah. Especially with now, like we're all shooting 40, 50, 60, 100 megapixels, everything's razor sharp. A makeup artist will save your day, man. Yeah. And then stylist, if you got some cool outfits, like Jamie, he shoots like tons of cool shoots all the time with crazy outfits and that sort of stuff. And like his lighting is awesome for sure, but like his outfits really pop off the page as well. So it is a tough one, yeah. But for me, going to be B as well. I love planning a big concept shoot with a team. Nice. Okay, B, just great quality input, bounce off each other. 100%, Alan. Yeah, 100%. My instinct says B, but my heart says A. I know, Jamie. I know it is tempting to go for 3 of them, but B makes sense. Yeah, B never had a stylist, so we'll go with that. It makes such a difference, man. Such a difference. Yeah. You can't use your own MUA. You can't use your own makeup artist, Paul. That's not part of the deal. It's just like, yeah, I'll get my own. It's not part of the deal. So most of you gone B. Okay, good. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, look, honestly, if you haven't worked with a stylist, it can be a little bit pricey. Makeup artists are less expensive, mainly because depending on what you're doing, you could get them there for the start of the day. But makeup artists are not too expensive. I worked with a phenomenal makeup artist on the pro photo shoot that came from a recommendation. Gorgeous. I think you also got to find one that works well with your style as well. I love kind of shiny, dewy skin. This makeup artist knocked it out of the park. I've worked with other makeup artists. A lot of them tend to be wedding makeup, and they just matte down the skin loads. So it's not just as easy as picking the first one you see. You've got to find one that works with your style, but they are absolutely worth it. Yeah. All right, guys. So most of you went for the correct one on that one. Yeah, I'm going to shamelessly plug my friend Rosie Roberts Beauty. Really, she's it's an amazing. If anyone Leeds ever needs one, very fair. I'm like, yeah, okay, in Leeds, yeah, do it. Yeah, that's fine. That's what this community's for. It's all good. Yeah. Sure, I shared 2 models, 2 mirrors, and 1 stylist. I got me custom piece. Look at that. Oh yeah. Don't overlook fashion students as well, right? If you have a university or a college near you that has a fashion department, like reach out to them, man, because they are crying out for images. They would tear your arm off for images, and fashion students can work on some really cool pieces, some really unique pieces. Images will pop. So yeah, like reach out to any fashion course near you, and usually they'll tear your arm off for images. Yeah, pick 3 bananas and 1 kickboxing glory. I used to shoot with Abby May when she started over there. Oh, I remember Abby May. Yeah, Abby May when she started out. She's a celebrity. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I do remember Abby. Yeah, I worked with Abby. Yeah. They do, Steve. They do. Yeah, they do. Yeah, but I mean, and some will be better than others. it depends. The outfits that they can bring tend to be the same outfits they shoot with everybody else and that sort of stuff. But yeah, like we're really fortunate in the UK that a lot of models are really hungry here. So like you can work with some very, very good models, and they'll bring tons of stuff, and they'll do their own makeup and that sort of stuff. So it really depends. A lot of very high-end agency models will not bring any clothes. They will not do any of their own makeup. They just look phenomenal out the gate, but they're expecting MUA and stylists to be there. Yeah. Need a regular MUA stylist in the West Midlands. Yeah, having somebody local is save you a ton of money. Yeah. As long as no fake tan. Oh yeah. God, thank God that fake tan fad has died off. That was a nightmare for strobists, man. That stuff, some of the coatings in those fake tans would just reflect the light awfully. It was terrible. All right, guys, look, I will say that a lot of you did do very well this evening, but for a couple of you who were struggling, got a couple of wrong answers here and there, I'm going to give you one last opportunity, right? This is the bonus round, one final opportunity, winner takes all. Would you rather shoot via the viewfinder or shoot via the LCD screen? Now, it's entirely up to you, but you can only choose one. All your shots are going to be taken with a viewfinder, or all your shots are going to be via the LCD screen, right? It's, this is the bonus round. It's an opportunity to correct your wrongs. I will forgive all. This is the final round. Final question for all of you. Shoot through the viewfinder or shoot via the LCD screen? The answer's still you. Do they? Okay. I'm just taking names. Jamie, okay, good. Thank you, Jamie, for paying attention to that one. It's because Sin is absolutely fucking lashed. He is gone. It's Alan Day. Okay. Anyone who says B, B, and I'm okay. Yeah, Paul B. Oh, it's just A. Or Sin did come back and go A. Thank God. On a mirrorless, it's the same. No, it's not the same. Since I've glass switched LCD screen, both EVF. Paul, just admit you're an LCD screen shooter. You're a TikTok shooter. That's it, mate. That's it. Just admit it. It's fine. Look, I honestly would defer to Emma on this one. Anybody who chose B could maybe see me afterwards. All the people who chose A, let me collect your free Lightroom presets and get them all set up for you. So thank you so much to everybody that took part. A little bit of fun. Most of you got it correct. If I could entrust one of you that's not absolutely sloshed to just check that those presets actually work, just head over to the link, come down here, just pop your life insurance number in there, and then grab you some of these. Yeah, bunch in here, 10 in here. We got a good mix this year. Oh, I thought that would be clickable, but that would be too sensible. Open image, new tab. Boom, there we go. Okay, so we've got a good mix. Look, we all know the style of images that I take, which is a lot of color, right? So if you're coming into this going, oh, there could be some nice presets for my wedding shoots, you've come to the wrong place. But if you use a lot of color in your work, then these might be of use. So we got some orange and blue ones in here. We got some nice pink and blue. We got some red and blues, sort of stuff. Even got a little bit of classic ones in here. We got classic one here. We've got another classic one here, which I used recently, which is nice, I will say. If you're using just some clean lighting, it's good stuff. Red and blue as well. We've got a couple of red and blue ones in here that I've been shooting recently. So if you guys shoot red and blue, you can get some nice effects with those. This one's more of a classic as well. And then we've got the tubes one down here as well. So a little bit of a mix in there, So has anybody downloaded these and tested them? Do they actually work? It all works. Thank you, Paul, you legend. Thank you so much for testing that. I think I did test it myself. I just wanted to make sure that somebody else was doing it. Yeah. Beats like Grenade Wedding with an iPad. Oh, Grenade Wedding with the iPad. Yeah, that's true, man. That's true. Yeah. That's true. Yeah. enjoying herself. But it's worse when they like holding it up, just like blocking the sun from everybody else behind. Did you? Yeah. If you find screen flips and tilt, so yeah, more utility with contrast for some reason. Yeah, why have it when you aren't supposed to use it? I don't know, Trevor. It's a good point, mate. It's a good point. Yeah, I don't know why you're not supposed to use it, but you're welcome. You're welcome. Yeah. Anyone got gaffer tape up for the screen, but for the bodies later. Yeah. Thank you, Paul, for checking that. I appreciate that. Yeah, these are all spots, pun intended. Yeah. Loading Lightroom. Thank you, Jamie. Yeah, we need new preset every year to match every Pantone color of the year. That's true. Yeah, imagine if I'd just given you, just a preset that did nothing. It's just white. Yeah. Also, while I have you here scrambling, anybody who's interested in my workshops next year, take a look at this as well. I am going to get some dates in the diary. Probably won't be until March because I've got busy stuff coming up. I got a shoot heading off to Boston to do a shoot in February, and I've got a couple of bits going on in January. But yeah, probably be in March. So if anybody's interested, check out just put your name down for some detail on workshops next year. One workshop that I do want to do next year will be this water shoot workshop. I haven't shared the images from this yet. I think I may just wait until we come to announce the workshop. But yeah, this was a lot of fun. We're limited with how often we can do this because of the big pool that he builds is pretty cold for the model, right? So there's only a limited window, a few months in the year where we can do it. But I think this could be really cool. We get some cool shots in there. So if anybody's interested, color, obviously the color 2.0, probably bring that back with the LEDs and tubes. That was a ton of fun this year. And then probably look at seeing how we go out of projection. I think the projector is something that is still so underutilized by people. So I think it'd be cool to bring that back. Long exposure, we'll see. We'll gauge the interest. But yeah, if you're filling this out, just give it a little tick here. Just see what what kind of floats your boat. I'm just kind of curious, really. I'll do the workshops I do, but I'm just kind of interested to see what people are interested in. And if you're like, I'm interested in them all, then click it, do it a day. Yeah, check it out. And it'd be good to do some in-person workshops again. Yeah. Got any online? I'm doing online ones all the time. I got 2 on Saturday, Sin, but they are one-to-ones, so they are one-to-one pricing. Yeah. Workshop looks amazing. Some of the shots are absolutely gorgeous from it. Yeah, I was really impressed by it. Yeah. Not blowing me on trumpet, but I mean the shots look good, right? I mean I planned it out and took the time to plan it out, so I mean I would hope the shots look good. But yeah, they are really cool. Yeah. You should get yourself a tank space. That's right, because they do the full submerging ones, right? Yeah. I keep meaning to go up there. It's a little bit of a distance, but it's not too far. We're terrible for distance in the UK. Yeah, you should come to Houston since you're already using Houston shoes, for example. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I mean that would be a beautiful space to do it in as well, Chris. Yeah. You could do a pool shoot here anytime. Come visit the desert. Nice. Oh yeah, you got pools. Nice. Yeah. And I'm pleased to load it. All good. Thank you, Jamie. I appreciate you checking that. Appreciate that, mate. Yeah. I use the screen because I like how. Paul, he's still fighting it. He's still fighting. Paul, you tethered. You don't need the screen. You're good. Those of you who were just hanging out for the quiz and the presets, thank you so much for dropping by. Enjoy the presets, enjoy them, and if you're new and not on the whatever it is mailing list, grab the free book that's here as well. There's a couple of free books there. You can always grab those if you're new here. You can check those out. Grab those. Some of these working in like smaller setups, and then this is kind of more of a nerdy approach to understanding light. So both those books are free. All it'll cost you is your email address. I won't spam you, I promise. I will tell you about upcoming live streams, though. For everybody else who's hanging around, let's have a look at the share shoot. All right, it's getting late, so I won't keep you guys too late. It's been a long evening, but I do want to check out what you guys have been working on. Let's have a look. Hey, no worries, AJ. Yeah. No worries, Lizzie. All good. Yeah, enjoy. Have fun with them. Yeah, have fun. So let's have a look at what people have been working on here. We got Alan up first. We got That's looking cool, man. Love this, Tina. Yeah. Got another one here from Chris. Nice. Cool angle, man. Yeah, cool angle and crop. Yeah. Yeah. Emma, are you... This is incredible. Are you kidding me? Is this the Emma we've been talking to all night? It is. Emma, didn't you say... What the fuck? This is amazing. The fuck didn't you say you were like, oh, shy to show your work? Are you mental? The fuck? That's nuts. Jesus. Okay, we'll get to that in a second. God damn. What the hell? Keeping those quiet. Share the wealth. You gotta be sharing that. So, Alan, did a shoot celebrate Burns Night a few years ago. What is Burns Night again? What is Burns Night? I apologise for my ignorance. Burns Night rings a bell. Celebrate Burns Night a few years ago. Gridded beauty dish was used. Love how the colours pop. Yeah, I mean, it's a good combo, right? Blue background, red styling. Yeah, cool. She did well with the lips there as well. But yeah, thinking about, setting up a shot, you'd be thinking about, oh, okay, we got a blue background. What can I use? Don't be, and the model's got styling, or maybe she's like, look, I got this red outfit. Do you think we could use it? Be like, yeah, actually, we could use it with a blue background. Thinking about matching up the styling to the background and vice versa. Don't just okay, you've got this. This is the background I'm using, and yeah. So this is a cool choice, Alan. Yeah, strong contrast. Tina, beautiful shot, Tina. Beautiful lighting. Yeah, highlight with 2 nan lights. Okay. So the FS300C LED lights. So they're the cob lights, right? And V flats are a bit at the front. Okay. So nice. So correct me if I'm wrong, Tina. I don't think you're in chat. If you are, then but so the V flats will be, I presume, like where we are, right? And you're kind of shooting between them. I could be wrong. Let me just grab my paintbrush. So yeah, so if what we got 2 highlight, so we got the 2 nan lights back there, we got the model, and then I could be wrong, but I presume we got the white V flats here, right? And then we got the camera in between here, right? So we got the light coming towards here, and then some of that's going to bounce back off the V flats, and that's just give us a little bit of light here in the front, which is beautiful look. Yeah, beautiful look. Good stuff. Yeah, you are here. Nice. Yeah. Is that right, Tina? Is that kind of the setup? Have you got? You said you've got FS300Cs back there. What modifiers are you using them? A softbox? You just bounce them against a white wall? I'm kind of curious. Yeah, I like that. Nice. Got a bell. Hey Jamie, no worries, man. I know it's getting late. Happy Xmas New Year's. Remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell. Yeah, make sure you do what Jamie says, for Christ's sake. 12 months is worth the wait. Happy Christmas, mate. Catch you in the next one. But yeah, beautiful shot. Loving the colours. Yeah, that is it. Nice. Okay. Perfect. Beautiful shot. Love it. Really, really nice. Good skin work as well, Tina. The reason I mention that is because I think we've come away from that style of everything being like frequency separation to the eyeballs, right? And this feels clean but not overdone. So I think the retouching work on here is nice as well. Good stuff. Chris, we got 2 soft boxes. One with red gel from the top. Here we can kind of see the catch light up here. Nice. Using gels, going old school. Right, pointed down 45 degrees. Yeah, a bit in front of the model. The other is the side of the model, the blue gel. And again, we can kind of see it down here on this side. So this is really cool. So I think a lot of people do the red and blue, right? I would kind of argue that the red gel is a little bit overcooked here, which is why the skin's kind of gone like that. But we only know that because he said it's red. If he'd said, I was using a peach gel here, we'd be like, oh, okay, that's pretty cool. So, like, as long as the results look good, that's fine. But really cool angle and long lens. Loving the dynamic crop, really being brought down through the image, and it's darker down here as well. This is really like unique angle, Chris, and great composition. Good stuff. Yeah, really good stuff. Retouch is looking good as well. Not too overdone. Looking clean. Yeah. Yeah, nice, man, nice. Yep. I do try and avoid having the blue coming up on the nose if I'm having blue from this side, but I think you get away with it here because it's enough. It's not like a blue tip. I think you've got most of it covered there. Yeah, it's good stuff. It's good. Yeah. Someone sharing image shot F16 a 30th lit with RGB light. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, next year, Sam. I'm expecting that. Yeah. Oh, look who's up. Look who's up, Emma. Okay. Emma's gone remarkably quiet. Fuck, I threw my hat in the ring. Did this a few months ago. One of the most I'm most proud of this year. This is incredible. Absolutely gorgeous. Emma, come on. If you're in chat, what is this effect here? This shine? Is this a lens filter or is it post-pro? Please tell me it's a lens filter because I love this shine. This kind of glow that we've got. This blooms in the highlights. Absolutely beautiful shot. Emma, this is gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous work. Yeah, really, really good stuff. Nice little light from behind there. Are we using, is this smoke back there or is it an actual backdrop? I think it's smoke. I thought it was a backdrop at first. That's cool, Emma. Yeah, you did this outside. I thought this was a set. Wow, good stuff. So we've got a little bit of blue here as well. Some warmth from the side. Good stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Emma's gone remarkably quiet. Come on, Emma. Right, tell me after. If you won't tell this lot, tell me after what these lens flares are coming from. Yeah, because I'm guessing it is. Guessing it is a lens filter. I could be wrong, but there's certainly a kind of a bloom there that's kind of nice. Yeah, but yeah. And yeah, painterly. Exactly, AJ. Yes, painterly. Nah, this is a built set in my studio. It is built. Yeah, no, okay. I thought it was at first, and then I was like, is it outside? And lens filter, yeah, nice. Okay, cool. So this is a set inside in the studio. Wow, good stuff. Yeah, really, really cool. Yeah, I love it. Highlights and stuff. Yeah, lens filter. So yeah, AJ, I would say if you're into the painterly effect here, then play around with some of these lens filters. I mean, you can get a bunch of different ones. I personally use low contrast a lot, but this one is going to be like more of a dreamy filter. It's going to create these kind of highlights like this. You can get star filters and stuff as well, but it just does take the digital edge off. And like you correctly said, I would say painterly is probably the best response you could give Emma, because I'm sure that's exactly the type of look that she was going for. Yeah, good stuff. No, she didn't, Sam. She didn't. She said it was a filter. We're good. We're good. we can breathe easy. Beautiful shot, Emma. Please do share more of your work in the future. There's absolutely incredible stuff. Yeah. No pressure for the next one, but you have kind of set the bar pretty high for yourself. Shot here from Edgar, captured using the Sony A7R4 with 3-light setup featuring Godox 8400 strobes. I feel like we saw this a long time ago, Edgar. I could be wrong, but yeah, I feel like we saw this one before. But still, this is pretty spooky, right? In the studio, got the setup there. But yeah, I definitely got a lot of atmosphere in here. Yeah, painterly is high praise. That's what I was going for. Thank you. Exactly. I told you, AJ. Yeah, I'm sure that's what you were going for, and you absolutely nailed that painterly look for sure. That Renaissance painting, beautiful. So Edgar's shot here. 3 lights. So I presume we got one maybe coming back here. We can see on the edge of the arm here. We got one definitely up here lighting the face, and then maybe the third one is kind of coming from down here. We can see under the boobs here. We got some light here, and then maybe this flare is added afterwards, but we definitely got light coming from below on this side. Yeah. Look, I think in terms of mystery and kind of having that eerie feeling, I think it works. I'm always a bit hesitant with the kind of the lack of data in like black hair, but black hair is tricky to work with. But it is, I think it works in this instance, but yeah, just something to be mindful of. Yeah, cool shot though. This background is intriguing me though. I'm thinking, is it like a paper backdrop or a muslin backdrop, or yeah, it's got a lot of texture to it. Yeah, I like it. Can't believe how cynical some people are in here. Sin. One key light, one LED tube. This is from Brittany here. Brittany, you were in chat a minute ago. Yeah, one key light, one LED tube from green, and added some blue in post. Okay, so you added the blue, from here in post afterwards. Okay. I mean, it's probably a smart move, right? Just to balance out some of the green, which would have been a bit heavy. We've got a lot of green styling here. So we've got one key light, one LED tube for green. So I wonder if we seem to have a brighter patch back here. So I'm guessing the tube is kind of behind, unless you've kind of darkened it in. But yeah, it's cool. And again, I think it was a smart move to kind of add the blue in. Sure, in the future, now we know, maybe, you know, if we've got a spare light, bring that blue in next time with a light. Ideally, that would also give us a little bit of a blue glow here as an underglow, which could be cool, but I think it's a good balance between the green and the blue. I think it's good. Yeah. This is share a shoot, so we do it every Monday, so it's just on the Facebook page. I know Facebook is ancient, but we really typically just use it for posting images in the comments. So you just, every Monday I do a share a shoot on Facebook, and then you just pop your images in there. I tend to send a link to this as well in the email prior to the live stream as well. So pop your images in there. Thank you, Brittany. Very, very colourful. It's kind of electric, very electric colours, especially with the pink hair, just a dash of pink. So this is the, what is it, the 60-30-10 rule that cinema uses. So 60 being the green, 30 being the blue, and then the 10 being the accent of the pink. So that colour theory, 60-30-10, is a very popular colour practice. So that's maybe why you felt like adding the blue worked, because, yeah, I would say that's what's going on here. One from Trevor here. F8. Woo. I will say, love that concrete wall. I'm not going to lie. Love that concrete wall. It sounds crazy, but only a photographer would say that. F8, 200th of a second, 60 mil, single light from the left with the right reflector on the right, color grading post. Yeah, so just to fill in just a little bit. It's talking about the hair getting a bit shadowy in previous images and that sort of stuff. Just having a reflector in there just to bounce some light around, just to lift the ambient, can play a huge role. But yeah, gorgeous concrete wall. Cool shot as well. Again, interesting pose, angle, and that sort of stuff. Not just the typical stood up in front of the wall. Also, I think by having this pose as well, we get to introduce the red with the red shirt here as well, which is kind of cool. I think it works well. Yeah. Just be careful of the posing with the light as well. Sometimes we can get these dark pockets if the light is coming up the face when they're coming back. Kind of tricky because you don't know what pose she's going to do and that sort of thing. But just something to be mindful of. Even if you see someone else, you maybe angle the head back up into that light a little bit more. Something to think about. But otherwise, very, very cool. Yeah, very, very cool. Is this single light file? I was just wondering, is that the light just creeping in there at the top corner? That's very close. Yeah. Oh, so we got one from AJ here, just for fun. Not a lot of Christmassy sessions. Yeah, there's not. We don't get many Christmas photos in here, but I put the offer out there just in case. This is cool though. Got a lot of depth in this one, AJ, where you've kind of been brought into the shot with these beads in the front and the back. Yeah, very, very cool. I think it's kind of tricky as well. You're kind of torn with the lighting on this, where I like the fact that we have the light coming through the fingers, but at the same time, we got to be careful with this uplight on the coming up underneath the chin, the lip and the nose there, and the eyebrow, as opposed to typically what we do is have the light coming down. So I do like that it's coming through the hands here. We have that depth being brought into the shot, but yeah, again, just trying to balance it out between the pose and the lighting. But I think you did well to actually light so many of these beads. Sometimes they just fall off into jet black. I'm trying to think, is this light doing most of it? I suppose they're blue here as well from the other light. Got a little bit of flare up here. Is this added in post? I think it works. Yeah. Very cool. Good stuff. Oh, here we go. Sin coming in. He's using Pantone color of the year. Old shoot but edited. Frame with optics. Original. Okay. Oh, nice. Yeah. Original was on a grey background. My usual BS light setup, serious top model, as you know. Yeah, she just never misses, man. She never misses. Yeah, phenomenal. So she's one of the models that is pretty good at makeup, and she usually can bring tons and tons of really, really cool outfits. So you're really getting your money's worth with Seda for sure. Yeah, great model. Yeah, and look, Pantone color of the year aside, beautiful cloud dancer white, beautifully done. Yeah. So I think you're saying you're adding this grid here in optics. Okay, I think it works. Yeah, I certainly wouldn't. I certainly wouldn't have known that was faked. Yeah, clever. Yeah. This is looking cool, Chris. This is looking cool. As it's Christmas, thought I'd go for something less Christmassy from my shoot last weekend with Tink Chaos at Neon Dreams. Okay. Is Neon Dreams, is that the Natasha studio? Yeah, 2 Neo on each side. Okay, with the reds, I guess. The red bounced into 2 umbrellas. Nice. Okay, yeah. Umbrellas in front. Blue light lamps bounced off. Okay. And B flat key light with the white on the AOS shot in the black background with an optical spot adding the red light behind on the model. Okay. Okay. The flames around spot added using optics. Oh, using optics as well? Okay, nice. Good stuff, man. Yeah, good stuff. Clean. Okay, that's using Boris Effects optics as well. Yeah, shot with the A1 50mm. Merry Christmas to you too, Chris. Yeah, Merry Christmas. Okay, this is cool because I think this is kind of a very dark image, but I think the highlights and stuff here, we are still, still got light on the face. The face isn't too dark. I think the only thing I would kind of do here is maybe dull down some of the bright highlights here on the reflective metal, just so we're kind of brought up to the face here. You could even afford to come in and just brighten the face slightly, but yeah, just knock back the highlights on the breastplate here, just to make sure the focus is on the face and will be brought through the image. But otherwise, lighting is very cool. Yeah, loving this kind of effect down here. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, clean work in Boris Effects too. Yeah, good stuff. Emerald's Rise star and sparkles much for the armor. Oh, yeah, there's star filters. I have one here actually. I tried to put one on the webcam for these things, but didn't show up. There are little mirrors and mirrors in the back. Okay. Hicks, on your image, the blue doesn't blend into the red jacket. Hicks, the blue doesn't blend into the red jacket. What do you mean by that? Posted a couple of Berlin circa 1989 photos on the reply to. Okay, just for historic joy. I think we'll have a look. Yeah, the blue doesn't blend into the red jacket. Oh, you mean here? Yeah, you gotta remember it's not just the color, it's the fabric and the material that you're illuminating as well. So we're not. If she was pure white skin and that jacket was pure white, then you would see the blue. Yeah, because you can see the blue is everywhere, but certain fabrics, and if it's not reflective enough, then it's not going to reflect it back. Yeah, we just got a blue fill here, so it's just not bouncing back off this orange, which is so vibrant. There's like the blue is not getting. You can see the blue on the zip here. Yeah, and the blue on the buckle. If that's what you mean. Yeah. So let's see if there's a reset. Since he added some historic content, hopefully it's not too saucy. Get the stream banned again, like he did last time. It was you, Sin, last time. It was you, yeah. You tiny stars over the nipples got me caught. Just to show Berlin BS and Bob. I hope it's nice. Damn. It was a long time ago, man. Yeah, damn, that's crazy. Look at these old cars as well. Yeah. Nice. Thanks for sharing those, mate. We've got one with Lizzie here. Did you miss me? Yeah. I've been dealing with Christmas photos season. Recently had a wedding about challenge 1, no official light. Use only natural light. Okay, not a big fan of the deal. First batch they were not happy with. Completely understand because I did not realise they over-compressed when they saved and turned out grainy. Gotcha. I did not catch this until after they sent them, unfortunately. Totally on me. Okay. Yeah, compression, that sort of stuff. Explain, share those. Any kind of about time wanted me to adjust exposure. Calibration is strictly forbidden to use any software has AI. Yeah. Keep them as close to the raw as possible. You want to know how that went. Okay, agree to give them one final edit using the software. Okay. Yeah, I mean, sometimes you just got to do what the client wants. Take that, just get paid, learn from it, and move on. Yeah, it can suck though. Yeah, it can suck. You can certainly. I'm pretty fortunate these days, but yeah, you can certainly present somebody a beautiful color grade. In fact, I did it recently. I did present somebody with a beautiful color grade, and they were like, no, we want it, clean. It's like, fine, it is what it is. Yeah. Oh, these are cool though. You got a bunch more. Nice. Last but not least, Chris. Wow, tons of color in this one. A monochromatic shot. I had been planning for quite a while, which I finally got to shoot at the end of last month. What do you think? I've never tried one to look like this. Enough contrast. Any tips? Looking good, man. One large umbrella camera left with a V flat. Okay. Flagging to prevent spin onto the background. One medium octabox. Yep. Air rim. Okay. One small light background separation. So I don't know about this light on the background. I understand the separation, but I think for something as clean as this, we don't have much going on here. I'd probably just keep it clean. I'd probably just keep this all blank. Yeah. And there's a couple of ways. I would make sure all these purples kind of fall into the same line of purple. So like here we've probably got more red in the purple and the lecons, and we've got more blue in the outfit on top. So just in post, you can use the color layer and then just paint over it like I would do with redness on the skin, right? And that'll help to tie them all in. But when you're doing a monochromatic shot like this, I think it can really help to add that punch and contrast if all the purple is the same purple tone, as it were. And most of the time that's extremely difficult to do in camera because like these are almost identical, but just tightening them up will give the image just a lot of impact. Yeah, like I said, you could either do a color grade that is specifically targeted at the reds and the blues here, or you can do what I say, just use the new layer, change it to color, and then choose a purple color and then paint over and mask out the areas that you need, and that will kind of tighten up these purples, yeah, overall. Yeah, but cool shot though. The lighting is very good, Chris. Yeah, I would say the lighting is very good in terms of you got two people, one high, one low, separated. We're getting nice, beautiful highlights on the legs and stuff here, which again would have been very easy for the legs just to go dark. I think you've done a really good job with the lighting here. This one here is, she's fine. This one here could have done with chin up a little bit with the light, but absolutely fine. Yeah. I think you did a really good job with this because that's a tricky combination. Two people is hard enough as is, but one stood up and one sat down. Yeah. I think that's tough, man. I think that's tough. Good stuff. Right then, guys. What do you mean before I send them out? How does it look? Oh, this one here, Lizzie. These here. I would say they are a little bit over processed for me. Like they're just a little bit overcooked. Like it would be nice to see more detail in the skin. I'm sure there's more detail in the originals because these look like they've been a little bit blurred. Maybe there's like I don't know whether you're using a skin smoothing software or something like that. I would personally, I would say that they're a little bit blurred here. Again, maybe you uploaded a low resolution file here, and also I would say that background is a little bright, right? This looks like they're standing on snow, but I think it's concrete. So maybe just darken down the highlights a little bit as well. Yeah, but it looks like you're having a bit of a mare with the client. So go by, just take it on the chin, go by what they want, give them what they want, and move on. Yeah. Hey, no worries, Chris. Yeah, all good, man. All good. Yeah, I love this shot, Chris. Yeah, nice. Yeah. You don't do much in post and just get all you want during the shoot. Yeah, if I recall the tutorials, I watched the edit, mostly skin retouching. So I've got how much you do play. Yeah, mostly skin, and yeah, most of it you're doing it in camera. You don't want to be relighting stuff afterwards. Yeah, so you just got to choose modifiers, distance, fabrics, colors that are going to work well together. So I won't lie, there is a color grade on this, which is there's a ton of variance in the blues back here, and I think these are more yellow in the original file as well. So the color grade is bringing these yellows closer to the orange of the jacket here, and then these blues have been tightened up. So what I was saying to Chris down here, right, is I'm tightening up all of the kind of warm tones in the shot more dramatically than I'm suggesting Chris do. But yeah, so the warm tones like the lips and the yellow lights back here, I'm bringing them closer into that kind of duotone look. Yeah. Guys, these are beautiful images, absolutely beautiful images. Really good. Yeah, I'm just checking if there's any last minute additions here, but beautiful shots. Yeah. All of them really good. Tons of great color images in here. Really great lighting. Obviously, you know, Emma coming in strong with this one for sure. Definitely a fan favorite. Beautiful look, beautiful finish to it. But great composition. Loving the ingenious lighting, that sort of color combos, right? Trying something new with monochromatic, playing with Boris effects to bring in, you know, sell a scene and that sort of stuff. Yeah, good stuff, guys. Really, really good. Look, we are coming to the end, and as always, you know, those people I know maybe living a little bit further away and that sort of stuff. If you're interested in the online workshops, be sure to check these out. I'm doing a couple more on Saturday. I got one on Friday, so check these out. Yeah, and in-person workshops for next year as well, which would be good. Yeah, it was fun doing the workshops earlier on. If you're interested in, you know, if you're in the UK or don't mind traveling a little bit, check out the workshops for next year. Sign up to this, get yourself that, and yeah. Lastly, if you missed the presets, they are in the chat somewhere. They're gone now. Here. No, they're going to be, boom. I just put this back in the chat one more time. Grab these presets if you missed them. Been an absolute pleasure. Have a fantastic Christmas, everybody. This was a good stream. You guys made it very, very fun. Always appreciate that. Incredible images as always. We will streaming in the new year. We'll get back to that. So keep an eye out. If you're already signed up to the mailing list, it'll be put out, and I'll tell you on socials and that sort of thing as well. But have a fantastic Christmas, guys. Enjoy time with the family if you can. And yeah, take some great shots until then. And I will see you in the next one. Stay safe. Bye for now.